And good morning, folks. Good morning. What we got here? What's going on here? Let's see. Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Twitch. Good morning on this 11.11.2023. Current time for this Saturday morning is 8:44 a.m. here in Upstate New York, the southern tier of Upstate New York, where I live and reside. And let's see, we're just posting that we just went live here on all those fine social media platforms that we are all on. And I believe I got that, and the audio's good. Let's see. Let's check. I know the audio. I remember turned the volume down there. Let's see. The audio good over here. Yep, we got good audio there. So, good morning to Tony D, who's in the chat. Salute to you, sir, my brother veteran. Happy Veterans Day to you. Hashtag positive start today. Good morning to the missus. She's doing something right now. She's in the bathroom, getting ready for her day and stuff. I'm on my last cup of coffee here. Just poured it. So I was debating, do I want to come up and game, because Lord of the Rings is online right now, and Jim Figerty is online. And when I just woke up, and I was getting things started here with my first cup of coffee here a few hours ago, we had Walt Hollick, who was on Instagram. He was broadcasting a short broadcast. I was able to catch that. And Walt's been very busy of late, and but he's a great guy. He says he's going to be, but Walt is a great guy. There's his. He says he's no longer on X/Twitter, so I don't know. You might want to check him out there. I haven't checked his Twitter feed out here. You actually should go check that out here, as far as that goes. And but I wasn't sure whether I should come up and broadcast Lord of the Rings online, or go ahead and just come up and broadcast a regular broadcast here, as far as that goes. And we're looking pretty good up on the big screen. Let's see. So I'm just more or less guest stars. I don't know, Tony, if you're available to come up, I'll shoot you an invite here, buddy, if you want to come up. Tony was on yesterday with his music. He had a day off from from his work job. Let's see. Let's go invitations, and Tony gets an automatic. Whether you use it, Tony, that's all right. I just got you. I have an invite for you. I just got to remember to watch the screen if he comes up, because he sits in the background, even though I have it. Currently here in the southern tier, I put the flag out. The POW and MIA flag they're hanging out. They're out there on the front porch. For the most part, it's Saturday, so the schools are already closed. Post offices are closed because of Veterans Day. I already did my NAPOD POMO audio, which is an audio challenge that I'm doing this month. What do we got here? As far as that goes, and what NAPOD POMO is, if you go to the webpage of napodpomo.com, it'll explain what the challenge is, but in a nutshell, what it is, that's it. Hashtag NAPODPOMO. I did the audio over there on Spotify for podcasters, and what that entails is the fact that I'm doing one audio each day, not counting the audio podcasts that I do on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but this is one audio for every day in the month of November. It's an audio challenge to get 30 audios up. You can do all 30. You can do 15 at November 15th and do the other 15 on the last day, or do all 30. But it's a total of 30 audios for the month of November. And the norm is to do one a day. And it gives you a little snapshot or peek into audio-wise on what people are doing as far as that goes. So, I did that this morning, talking about, of course, today being Veterans Day, and so it's just a very this day pretty much be thinking about those that have served, and there's three for Memorial Day. Remember those that have passed in the service. Then you got Armed Forces Day. Those are the people that are actually still serving, and then Veterans Day are for those that have served. And on all three of them, we always remember and never forgetting the POWs and missing in action that haven't come home yet. But I sort of lump all three of them in on all three of those days and stuff like that. Not out of disrespect or anything like that. I think, but it is to remember Veterans Day. It used to be called Armistice Day. I talked about that in my NodPod Pomo audio submission there for the audio challenge, the original audio challenge. We used to do one over there when I used to be on Audio Boom, which is now Audio Boo, which is now Audio Boom. But that sort of fell by the wayside. It's still around, I guess. Oh, here comes Tony. Tony, I see you, Tony. Let me push you. And let me make sure my volume is up. We have Tony D coming into the house. Good morning, sir.
Morning. What's going on, man?
And happy Veterans Day to you.
Happy Veterans Day.
Yeah, didn't I just talk to you? It seems
I know, right?
No, I just figure I'd come up for a little bit, and if I'm in a game, I can game later this afternoon and such. But you just waking up there?
Yeah, just getting up. I was going to go get my free meals.
There you go. Oh, yeah. You were talking about those. Yeah, on Veterans Day, for the people watching on the replay, the last time I took part on that option, the place I was telling you that had the fire here in where I'm at, that the horses, there was like 24 horses. I talked about it the other day. It might have been before you came on with Glick and Helen. We had a real bad fire. We have a Racino casino here. It's called Tioga Downs.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Tioga Downs, they have a great buffet. They now have a hotel there, and hang on, let me clear my throat. Jeez, Louise. But they have a good buffet, and it's probably going on because my supervisor, who was actually younger than me, he passed away a few years back. We went there after work, along with another co-worker who was a Navy veteran, and it was on Veterans Day, and we ended up getting our meal for free. And it's usually like a $25 a plate, all you can eat and stuff like that. And oh my God, it was a mad fest. The plate where they had the crab legs and shrimp, man, it was like I couldn't even get in there. So, yes. But they have various eateries and stuff like that, restaurants and all that. They and even I guess was it the missus was telling me the contracting work we had done. We had a couple electricians in for a couple hours. We could have got it. I said no, not this time. These guys are doing a great work and stuff, and it's not really that. I could have got a 10% veterans discount. So it's one of these, and they're a local outfit. These guys are the ones that they've been.
They give the discount, and it's a write-off, and it's a benefit to them. That's why you got to take them.
Yeah. So,
it is.
But for me, it just when I see businesses do that, it makes me feel good inside and stuff like that. The appreciation there and stuff. It's just I almost wish it's like they're. I don't think they're losing. If anything, they're gaining more money because they give that. You're just going to go back a couple more times afterwards and stuff like that. And
they gain business.
Yeah, I think they benefit as well, which they rightly should. Yes. And stuffs like that. So we're in a commercial right now. I'm seeing.
Oh, okay.
No, that's all right. It just I'm just noticing these commercials more on the broadcast and stuff like that, just to be aware of them and stuff. So
they're there.
Yeah.
I subscribe to a few people. Everybody like, if you subscribe, you won't get the commercials.
Well,
I'm like, okay.
I'll watch the commercials because it throws a few pennies their way and stuff like that. So it's just it's for some people, I guess if they've got a big following and stuff, it's a big chunk of change each month. So, but
right.
But anyway, I just I saw Walt this morning. I was on. Turned on my phone's probably the first device I turn on when I get up in the morning. When I pour my first cup of coffee, and I get this Instagram alert that Walt's live, and I'm like, oh, okay. And he's out on the beach with Teddy, so I chatted with him a little bit and stuff. He's been real busy as far as with work, he said, so that's why we really haven't seen too much of him and such. That
Oh yeah.
I just told him, well, I need to get you up on Twitch there one of these days and stuff. He said, yeah, when I'm not that busy and stuff. And I think he's going to gravitate. He's going to indicate back to TikTok or something like that, because I think what he was saying, when he does the live streams and stuff, he misses so many photographic opportunities. Like, oh, there's this one particular bird I want to get a picture of, but by the time he puts his, if he's live streaming, he puts his phone down securely and goes to take a picture. The picture, he misses the shot. So, I mean, he's really into his photography. As far as
A lot of photographers miss their work.
uh-huh.
They really do miss their work. A lot of photographers, COVID messed a lot of them up.
Oh yeah. As far as getting out,
COVID messed a lot of them up.
yeah.
On top of people with their cell phone use, and they take pictures on their own.
Right.
Photography.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Yeah. So you just, but my day is just going to be like yesterday's. Just going to be hanging around the house here, not really doing that much. I guess the missus is going to be going over to her older brother had a back surgery here and stuff, so she might be taking him out to lunch later today,
Right.
as far as that goes. So, but I'm just going to kick back. We got a nice day. I mean, you can see the sun out the window here. It's a gorgeous. Got some blue sky and stuff. A little bit chilly, but when I put the flag out
It's kind
there.
of cloudy and dreary down here.
Oh, is it?
Started yesterday. It's kind of like the first time it actually looked like it was cloudy, but for the past couple.
Does
of
it
weeks,
feel like winter or fall? Well, it probably feels like fall, but
in the morning it does.
yeah,
In the morning it's cold, but in that one day when I put down it was 77 that morning.
right.
I was wrong. I had to put it backwards, but I was also rushing. It was 43 that morning,
Oh,
and then it
God.
jumped up to 83 that afternoon. I was like,
Okay.
Jesus.
Because I was a little surprised. Is it 77 already down there? What the hell is there?
Yeah, I read that backwards. I'm going to tell you that. Too.
Early heat wave or something like that. No, we're sitting at 41 degrees Fahrenheit right now. We got shower or rain, wet. They said wet snow possibly. When the hell was it? I don't see it. I mean, they just throw that up now because we might get flurries because the weather patterns change to where we get the winds coming down from Canada. They go over the Great Lakes and the Finger Lakes, so we get a lot of lake effect here in the southern tier and whatnot. So, but I think we're going to have for this is pretty mild right now. Last year at this time we already had a snowstorm, so I think we're going to have a mild winter as far as that goes. And
it's already November. Get ready for the winter.
Yeah. So you all settled into the new digs?
For the most part.
For the most part, yeah. That's good. You're glad to get that over with because it's just like you had some people just wishing they could come down there and help you and stuff like that.
I did, and it was a lot on me mentally.
Oh, Tony says good morning.
I'm still trying to regenerate. Good morning, ma'am. How you doing?
She just came in. She's doing her paperwork. She's got this. She had a meeting last night with volunteer work that she does and stuff like that. So she's doing the office work. It's like get that away from me.
Right.
But you're getting settled in there.
Yeah, just trying to get myself mentally back. I got to get here. I did it physically. Now I got to get there mentally.
Yeah. Sometimes that takes a little bit more time than the physical. Physically.
It takes about a month.
Yeah.
It takes about a good month.
Yeah, I had a shocker. There's a long time ago, I guess, right after I came out of service, the first game server I was on playing online was a game called Myth 2, and they had a World War II aspect of it, where you're up here and you're moving your forces and stuff like that, and battling and stuff like that. But it was on this server called Play Myth, and the one guy that was the administrator, Blades, a lot of people didn't really like that much. He's a programmer down there in Tennessee, and he's younger than me. He's an avid hockey player, and I just find out on the Twitter here the other day, and I looked at his previous posts. He sort of indicated that and he said something about an operation or other, and I didn't click. And then the last one, he says, I'm getting out of the hospital, and I'm looking at this, like, he had open heart surgery, and he's like, I think he's in his late 40s and stuff like that. And, you know, he packs a little bit of weight and stuff like that, but it's just like, wow, that's, you know, you got to take care. He wants to get back on the ice. He knows it's going to take time. I don't think he's going to play to the level he's at, but just from his posting there on X/Twitter, it's just like he's got his head together, but something like that, you know, it's just like, you know, like you said, you know, things that you're going through in this real life and stuff like that. You know, physically, yeah, you can get through that, but then, like you said, the mental part is just, you know,
mental part, yes.
It's you know, you sort of, I think it's, I never used to think about it back when I was younger, because I guess I was like, nah, that's not me. I don't have a problem and stuff. But sometimes you got to take a stop and take a look at the reality of it.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
So this guy's name's Michael. He was known as Blades and stuff. I wasn't. He actually had me as an administrator on there, and I thought that was fun because I had to have a separate account, and it was pretty interesting being in that capacity on the game server and stuff like that. And it was just like, I think it was because I had all these posts in the forums there that I guess he said, hey, this guy's not a bad guy. Let's see if he wants to be an administration and stuff. Right. Because, interesting, very smart guy and stuff like that. I sent him a direct message and, you know, saying, wow, am I an idiot? I didn't realize what you're going through, and you know, hope everything's all right. And, you know, it's just like certain things. It's just like our good friend Cup of Joe there. He, you know, his mother passing away, and then he's moving up to Ohio. I think the last, did he pop in? Yeah, he popped in last week, and I guess he's got a little sickness going on, probably because he's no longer in Florida.
Weather change.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Climate change.
Yeah. So we're going to be doing Belt Kings this weekend, or this Sunday.
Oh, looking real good.
Okay, looking good. I know.
Right now.
Was there?
I thought about going out of town this weekend just to get out the house.
Right.
Do some shopping. Catch up with a couple folks. But there's always a part of me that's like, nope, sit your butt down. Now, and I thought about it. I said, you know what? I told myself that last year.
Yeah.
I need to go.
Well, you were up.
Literally just sat down.
Didn't you go to South Carolina or no? That's recently.
Yeah, I was at a conference.
But last year you went to visit family. But weren't you up? Yeah, you were up in the city last year, I think, weren't you? Didn't you? Or was that the year before?
Last year.
I'm almost thinking it was after.
Came to New York. Last year came to New York. This year we just went to Virginia.
Okay.
Okay. This year I went to a conference. I do need to get some clothes, so I do need to go window shopping.
Yeah.
I just don't like a lot of what's out there. I really don't.
Yeah. The missus went shopping yesterday up to PetSmart to see if we can get some. She got the same food that we've been getting the cats and stuff like that, just to be a little proactive on eating them, getting healthy food for them and stuff. But she went to Kohl's, and you said Kohl's was swamped, right? Is this like? So that's telling me everybody's out there doing
everybody's off work and school.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they're doing the shopping yesterday. Yeah, I guess they were off of
school shopping.
Yeah, you know, and that's school probably getting ready for Christmas. Everything's Christmas now, and you know, it started at Halloween. You know, just like
everybody skips Thanksgiving.
Yeah. You know, for me, the official start of Thanksgiving, I say this every year, is when I see the Macy's Day Parade. I remember I can hear my grandmother say, "Richie, it's not Christmas or the holiday season until you see Santa Claus at the end of the Macy's Day Parade." So right then when I see, you know, and I always look at, even when I was at the job, we'd have the parade on there, and the guys got to the point where they would even tell me, yell out, "Hey Rich, it's Christmas, there's Santa Claus," and I come running up, look at the oh yeah, there it is, okay.
It's not Christmas until after Thanksgiving.
Yeah. That's when I grew up there and stuff like that. You know, just like I don't know how I mean, it was
After
right.
Christmas, after
Yeah,
Thanksgiving dinner, when midnight
yeah,
hits, you turn on the
yeah.
Temptations, then we get started.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. Yeah, but it seems like this year, especially, it's like even before Halloween, they had the Christmas stuff up and stuff. So well, they got to make a buck, and I think for the most part, they're projected to do a lot better this year and years past. I think, and probably primarily because we're out of the COVID for the most part. If
Yeah, but you got to watch the numbers; they're going back up.
Yeah, there's some fluctuation, but I watch the numbers here in New York State, and they're below. They're the lowest they've ever been. They're lower than when we started. When we started getting
They're lower
reports.
than what the pandemic was, but
Yeah,
there's a
yeah.
couple people in
I
the
think
field that said no numbers are going
I
back
think
up.
they
Gotta
have
be
more.
careful.
They're having more problems with flu and stuff like that. And
Right.
I guess I don't really see too much of it because I'm not. I'm retired now, so I don't really get the cross feeds as far as from other people as far as what's going on out there. I do
Right.
know, listening to the radio scanner here for the fire and police, that during COVID it was every day you would have at least 5 to 10 COVID incidents. Where but now I haven't heard one in well over 6 months or so. There's one or two. It's just like, but for the most part, because it's. But I know there's areas of higher populations, like down New York City. They still have the influx, and we still, as far as that goes. But it's going to be with us. It'll be with us for a while.
I'll give it about 2 more years before people stop worrying about it.
Yeah, yeah. As far
I'll
as
give it 2 more.
I'm concerned about it, but I'm not really worried because I still, when I go out and about, I still see people with masks on and stuff like that. Saying, well, that's all right. That's no problem. I'm not gonna, it's I have an opinion of the mask, but as far as because
Right.
I guess it's just I know what a mask will do. As far as I used to wear a Scott Air Pack mask on an air that will protect me in a smoke environment.
Dude, how many masks do we have to wear between just being in and then deploying?
Yeah, yeah,
How
yeah.
many masks do we have to wear back then? And then we got these, and I'm like, what do we do?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Just I know when I had my regular, I had the flag mask on me, and I wore that, and it's like, oh, okay, I can wear this type of mask. And it was like, wait a minute. After a week, I said, I got to put this in the wash.
Right,
It's like,
right. And then you got to change the filter in them and everything.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. Oh, another mask. Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. I just I look back on that, and I just remember it's just like it was yesterday watching the news reports before it hit here. It was all a big news item over in China. They were, it was just rampant and stuff. And I said, oh
They
man,
were doing it for decades
yeah,
because of the smog.
yeah. Oh yeah, with the mask wearing. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's
Yeah, I
yeah,
remember that.
yeah. But this is when the actual COVID hit over there, and I'm just looking. I'm thinking to myself, man, I'm glad I'm here.
Right.
The dumbass that I am, I'm thinking, oh, I'm protected. No, as soon as they start traveling and stuff like that, our good friend Nazim, who lives over in Milan, I talking to him, he says you'd always hear the reports that northern Italy was higher than anybody else over in Europe.
When we started, that's exactly what I saw.
And what it
Yes.
was is Nazim. He said that it was all we have because of the clothing industry. You have all these people from China, Chinese nationals coming in because they have their companies set up there in Italy and stuff like that. And
Oh,
it's that's how it got there and spread is because they were flying in there because I always wonder it's starting so heavily in China. What's going on? And then that's when Nazim said, "Well, Rich, we got a lot of Chinese nationals that come here to work.
I
It's
didn't
almost
know that. I
yeah.
thought
Oh
the
yeah,
Northern
yeah,
Asian
yeah,
people were a lot of senior citizens or people who weren't necessarily out in society. I didn't know much about it, but I
yeah,
do
yeah. That
remember
surprised me. Is this
started.
like
They
because
were showing the numbers in Northern Italy was so high. And I was like, what the hell
they
is
were
going
they
on
were
in Italy?
yeah. It was I couldn't believe it. Yeah, just like what the hell is going? What's causing? You figure okay, China.
Um,
That's where it started. There's a virus. It's spreading, and there's billions of people over there. But northern Italy, it's like
what the hell's going on in Northern Italy? Yeah, exactly.
and but Nazim said that, and as soon as he said that, it clicked. It's like it's air travel. That's how it got from point A to point B, and stuff
And
like that.
it was unstoppable.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Air
yeah,
travel,
yeah.
in the
Something.
morning, highly contagious. That was
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
That was it.
Oh, and when it first started, yes, exactly. I was pretty fearful that just like man, back when it first started, I said, man, this is going to be our life now for the rest for a long time and stuff like that.
For a
But
while. Yes.
yeah, yeah. So it's just, but yeah. But I know you've talked about the number, and I every time you on your broadcast, I'll go and I'll check New York. It's like okay, New York is still because I'm still gun shy. Is like okay because you never know that could flare up. You know,
Yes.
but there's a lot of people in the emergency services here locally that I've talked to and stuff. They don't seem as worried about it as much now. They know they're aware of it and stuff like that compared to the when it first hit. There was so many unknowns as far as that goes, and it was almost like a death wish when it first started. You know, if you were to get it because of the problems they had it with the nursing homes up here in New York State. That was really bad, Tony. It was
Everywhere.
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah,
New York
everywhere.
was
Yeah,
bad.
I
Yeah.
just
New York was bad. Yes.
yeah,
Yes, it was.
yeah, yeah. So it's just food for thought here down the line and stuff like that. But and but at any rate, was it the other day having four people on here was pretty good as far as um, using the guest stars here and stuff. So I'm that's why that's the one thing as far as the
You love
previous.
your guest stars. I'm not mad at you.
Huh? What's that?
You love your guest
I,
stars. I'm not
I
mad
love
at
using it
you.
because it's on Twitch. It's on Twitch, and I'm using OBS, and I know there's a lot of people that don't like use OBS and stuff, and it just I'm Twitch is my flagship as far as that goes, and I know
Yes, it
you
is.
talk about the multicasting, and I know there's importance, but I guess I'm like focused on just the Twitch, and then it's an afterthought to put it over on YouTube and Rumble and stuff because Rumble I haven't even really thought about. Used to try live streaming over there at least once or twice a week. I just
Mhm.
I'm thinking my time and effort I want to just do it here on Twitch because I like the platform. There's a great cast of characters of people I follow, especially you as far as that goes. And
Right.
but
Appreciate
the
it. Appreciate
but
it.
the multicasting, it was interesting. Listening to Walt. Walt was saying, yeah, and Michael Bathurst, he's asked me to come up on this thing called Restream. I don't even know what Restream is, and I'm like, it's been out there for so
Get up there,
long.
Walt. We'll take care of you. Just get up there. We'll take care of you.
Yeah.
We'll take care of you.
But and it like I think I said the other day, Michael's Bathurst's last broadcast, he had that gentleman on, and the gentleman seemed very interested and he said, "Oh, this is different because from you could tell he was a very quality speaker." And he says, "Well,
He is.
the one thing
I
that
think that's the one guy Bathurst used to talk about. We was on Haps. He was dying to get him on the show one
oh,
time.
the Solomon is that his name? I
Yes.
think yeah. I couldn't
Dying to
listen to.
get
It. He's very astute on his speaking and the one thing he did say he mentioned how Tim who was on your Bell King Fantasy Football last week, Tim Brown. He said he was shy, and my first impression of him, I didn't take Tim as a shy person. I think he was very quality in his speaking as far as that goes
very
too.
quality speaker.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and but Solomon there, he says, yeah, this is interesting because the thing is, unlike Twitter Spaces, you hear the voice and you hear the different tones and stuff, and it's just like public speaking. You can see the nonverbal of the person when you're live streaming and stuff like
Yes.
that, which is a big part of communications and stuff. So it just he's gonna. I guess the bottom line with him, he's going. I gotta research this. So we might see another person popping up on utilizing the restream and stuff like that. So I gotta follow. I think I follow the guy. You see, I don't follow too many people of late, but he was like an automatic along with Tim Brown because they seem really. You could tell right off the bat they're the level head type of guy,
Of
individuals there.
course. Tim was very level. It
Oh
was it
yeah,
was it was
yeah.
good having him up
I
there. Very
yeah,
level.
yeah.
Very professional with his. The crazy part is him and Ted will be outstanding.
Oh God, yeah. Oh my God,
Him and
yeah.
Ted will be
It's
outstanding.
get those two together. Oh my God, they would be great. I just
That will be a phenomenal team right there,
yeah,
in my opinion.
yeah. Yeah, just
Both of them are professional level. Both of them cool, calm, and collected. Both of
yeah,
them knowledgeable.
they keep a level head about themselves and stuff like that. Where
Absolutely.
I think I have
A very
since
balanced conversation.
yeah,
A very balanced
yeah,
conversation.
exactly, yeah. As far as that goes, and whatnot. So and that was neat. Be I guess his broadcast there, late night parents, and he sent me an invite and it says, yeah, the missus is asleep and didn't want to, I was tempted though. I was tempted, but I was having fun just sitting back in the chat watching you guys talk and stuff like that. It was a great
Oh yeah,
broadcast.
kick
Great
it like that all
broadcast.
the time.
Yeah, yeah,
Kick it like that all the time.
yeah, yeah. It, so I don't know who else is on. Let's see. We got Jim Figerty. He's still on. He stays on for a couple hours. He's the guy that Walt. Well, actually, he's 40 minutes away from where Walt lives. Walt was telling me.
Right.
He's still
I
on.
think I remember that name. I remember that name.
Yeah, he's a retired music teacher. He's like 78 years old or something like that. But he has fun. He's a real hoot as far as that goes. And then Lord of the Rings Online page on Twitch is having a what appears to be a they've got streamers that are streaming for Lord of the Rings Online. They're doing a charity thing and stuff like that. They've been constantly going. It's they're
You
acquiring.
know what? All these charities and fundraisers and benefits for people who are live streaming, they done found a way to make money off people that sit on the computer all damn day. When y'all gonna learn?
Pretty
When
much,
y'all gonna
yeah,
learn?
yeah,
Y'all sit up there. Okay, good. Hey, how about you donate this, donate that on top of your Wi-Fi, on
yeah.
top of your new device, on top of your gadgets, on top of your microphone, on top of you playing the game.
Well, speaking of money, now that you brought that up, I just got a thought. I told you that I've got a crypto wallet now, Moon,
Hmm.
and there's something, and I want to run this by because you're pretty knowledgeable on crypto.
Okay.
I go from the wallet, which is can be utilized both on the blockchain system and the Lightning system. Okay, as far as transferring, because
Hmm.
I've transferred from where I got my satoshis. There's like 25 in one lot, and I'm playing around with
Hmm.
it, and I can get it to the wallet. Now the wallet, and you're supposed to be able to. Let's see, I got a new follower on Instagram. You're supposed to be able from this wallet be able to send it to crypto right into your PayPal. Okay,
Hmm.
so and the route I took because I didn't want to pay, I'm paying the cheapest amount because it's no big deal me getting it there instantly. Okay, so it's I think it said it's going to take 34 hours. So I waited the 34 hours, which was
Whoa,
yesterday,
whoa, 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 whoa! What takes 34 hours?
to get to transfer because from my wallet to PayPal.
What's the name of the wallet?
It's Mulan. No, there's other where if I would have done the other way, instead of paying, I think I paid like 36 cents, where the other way instant it would have been like $2 or something. So the thing of those are the two options of sending it. Timeout. Okay, that's not kosher or
Who
what?
told you about this wallet?
Say again.
Who told you about that wallet?
I just came across it on my own. It's a new wallet and stuff like that. But
Be careful with any and every wallet out there. I've been out the game for a little bit, but
okay.
when I first got into it, it don't take 36 hours. It's like that.
Well, I know, but and you have a charge that you pay. So I didn't want to. I just like there should be a charge. Well, what wallet would you suggest that doesn't charge anything then?
The two wallets that I've been familiar with has been, I think it's Exodus and Atomic.
How do you spell it?
I
Exodus.
don't know who Exodus. Yeah, I don't know who Mulan is, and that's why I was saying. I said there's a ton of wallets out there.
Uh huh.
Literally, there are a
Yeah.
ton of wallets. There was a community I jumped in
Yeah.
on back in 2020.
Right.
We were working everything. The wallets, it was right there.
Okay.
You would even get a debit card.
Was that going in right into your PayPal or where we?
I didn't have it going to PayPal. We had it going to our own card.
Oh, to a
See,
card.
you
Okay.
yeah, we had our own debit card, and literally I could do it instantaneously. and then go to the gas station and get gas. I did all that
Oh,
instead of
you
20
have that
minutes.
option. Oh wow. Okay, that's something I never
That's
knew.
what I'm trying to.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
okay, okay,
It was.
okay.
I'm watching everybody going through this, go through that. I've heard of Uphold. Uphold is good. I've heard of
Uphold.
Coinbase. Coinbase is good. I've heard of Exodus. I've heard of Atomic.
Okay, now
Y'all, please be careful with
yeah,
all these
going back to
daggone wallets.
Coinbase now. I'm signed up for Coinbase now. I have it where I can get onto the web, and they're offering $200 to where I got to put a pay service, which I'm trying to get PayPal on that, and then there's something else where I got to buy crypto, and then I get
PayPal
$200.
takes crypto. Cash App takes crypto.
Yeah,
The banks are taking all of them are taking
yeah,
crypto.
but
All of
on the
them.
Coinbase now, I don't have
Coinbase got a lawsuit
is the
against them. That's
wallet
why they
separate than
take.
Coinbase because I've got the
I got to
web.
get back in the game because
Oh,
y'all gonna
okay,
drive me
okay.
nuts.
But you
Let me
get
get back in the game
yeah,
because y'all
get
go
back to Mulan just to let you know. So I picked the option and it was like
good.
36 cents to send it, okay? So I'm thinking, okay, there's a
Mhm.
charge, no problem. And when I'm looking right now on my payments, I sent 5,000 satoshis, which is like a buck 20 or something like that.
Right.
Okay,
We were talking
just
about
I'm
that.
just doing testing and stuff like that. So and it right here it says you paid and it said confirmed 5,000 satoshis. It took it out of my thing and it's going to PayPal, which that's where I got the
Mhm.
address. I copied the address and I put it into the thing to send 5,000 satoshis. But on the PayPal side, it says pending, and I'm gonna be probably getting it because I did this once before, where after I only sent 1,000, I figure okay, that's less than a buck. Maybe it has to be at least a minimum amount of money to register on PayPal. But it still has that 1,000 satoshis that's pending, but in the wallet it got kicked back. Now I got 5,000 satoshis out there that I'm almost thinking it's going to come back. So I'm thinking maybe maybe I should switch wallets because like what you're just saying, it shouldn't cost me anything.
Now this is a holiday weekend. I had to think about that. That might be the other complication.
Oh, because okay, yeah, because of the network and stuff like that. Because
One is
I'm
because of the
taking when you
weekend.
make a
Because
transaction, they check they because everything's accounted for. They before they dump it in, they want to make sure that money's
yeah,
coming. So I'm
all of
thinking,
that. The money is legit. Where they're getting the money from? Where all?
yeah,
Yeah, they're gonna be
yeah,
checking all that. The
yeah,
thing with crypto now was a lot of illegal activities were happening
right,
through crypto that weren't traced
right,
through these cash applications,
uh huh,
um, i.e., Cash App, PayPal, all of them. Everybody they're tracking all of it. That's what the case I think has primarily been about the SEC case.
uh huh. Okay,
That's
yeah,
the
that's with
securities.
Coinbase. They had that, yeah, because I got a notice
Yeah,
that from Coinbase and my Gmail there. Because just saying, hey, we got this going because of I think I took it was because of the outcome, but what you were talking about, telling me about that they're in a litigation or something like that.
it is such a mess
Yeah.
when the SEC settled with Coinbase. No, the SEC settled on their cryptocurrency case about 3 or 4 months ago. I actually jumped because I was like, "Oh, now we can finally move that money we got sitting there."
Right.
And people were like, "What are you talking? What are you talking about?" And the minute I would say it, it tripped people out. People jumped up in the comments. Wait, what? I said, "Yeah." I'm reading the news right now. As of this date, this time, the SEC has settled their case against Ripple.
Uh huh.
People started moving. You see, cryptocurrency people were sitting in the cut
Uh huh.
like Dallas Cowboys fans waiting for the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay.
They all go, they're all going to come out.
Oh
Rich,
man.
I had those conversations so much on Haps about
Right.
2 years ago,
Right.
and I was trying to throw everything out there for everybody. I'm like, listen, y'all got to pay attention. Just watch. James was always telling everybody, wait, 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 and I understood the wait.
Right.
Some of us got money sitting over there we can't touch.
Right.
We got thousands over there we can't touch.
Uh huh.
And that's another thing that's killing the economy because this is what people need to know about the money laws. Cryptocurrency for United States citizens is screwed because a lot of people think you can go spend the money here, go spend the money
Right.
there, and the U.S. can't do anything about it. You don't have to pay any taxes. Wrong. That's what's gotten people.
Yeah.
Decentralized
Well,
banking means
the impression I
nothing.
get is Bitcoin, when you change it over from Bitcoin to money, you're responsible for the taxes on that.
Well, the kicker is half of these people got their Bitcoin from using U.S. money. And if you
Oh.
use U.S. money, anywhere in the world, they can tax it anywhere in the world. That
Okay.
is written.
Okay. Okay.
And that's what got everybody screwed.
But
They think they can go there,
now when you're
they
talking
can
about the
go there,
taxes, you're talking about the people that have Bitcoin, such as that have big money. I'm talking big money, like thousands, hundreds and thousands of dollars.
not just Bitcoin, any and every type of currency.
Crypto.
If you
Okay.
spend
Yeah.
any aspect of U.S. currency on
Right.
any other type of currency, the U.S. can tax it.
Okay.
Just remember that your pennies, your nickels, your dimes, your quarters, your 50-cent pieces of
Yeah, but
something
are
the
they
Jews.
going to come after me? Like I have probably a total of probably less than $50 of crypto and stuff, and if I play around with it,
Just claim it on your taxes. Just claim it on your taxes. That's all you got to do. Claim it on your
the
taxes.
missus says they can audit. I think if it's only like it's only going to be like $2, they can audit it. It's going to cost
Yes.
them more to audit me than.
Listen, if you want to be funny, remember the Golden Girls, the TV show?
Mm-hmm.
I never forgot that episode when
Yeah.
they had to do an audit on them from their bank statements and their income from like 20, 30 years prior,
Right.
and they never knew what their paperwork was. They were about to panic because they didn't want to pay fines. I
Oh.
keep telling people, y'all better, you got to watch this. They will get you whenever they will check you on whatever
Yeah.
they will check you. They will. So everybody, the
Well, you
cryptocurrency
have to
man,
be cautious and stuff. Like I said, I'm playing around with this because when I got started a few years
yeah,
back,
you got small money. Don't get me
oh no,
wrong. There's people that dump their whole retirement into
no, I'm
crypto
not
and they
gonna.
can't
No,
touch
I'm
that
not
money.
gonna. This is just playing around to understand it Bitcoin because at one time, I don't think I've showed you this. This is back before they had wallets and stuff. Do you know what this is?
Yeah, micro drive. Yeah,
No,
flash
this
drive.
no, this is a Bitcoin miner. I've never.
Oh no, I've never seen those. Yeah, I've never
Yeah,
seen those.
I had 6 of these on a power strip. I ended up getting off, and I got up right to the point, and I this is back when I really understood as far as crypto mining and stuff. I thought it was be interesting just to get just to hook something to the computer and like say, okay, what's this crypto? And then it was all dot base. They didn't. I didn't think they have wallet. Yeah, I think Coinbase was back then, but this would have gotten me like maybe every couple months. I probably would have got $1 worth of Bitcoin or something like that. So these are just now. I never used these, but and these are obsolete now. Now to get an updated version, they're like one of these back in the day was like maybe $10-15. Now they're like $70 a pop or something. And I've actually looked at miners and stuff like that, and that it intrigues me. It just intrigues me. But there's a guy I used to work with that he was really into the mining, and he says, "Hey, I had all the minings, but the one thing when you're mining, the electricity you use, in some cases you got to really watch it, and the heat that it generates on
The energy output,
the
yes.
energy output. It
Yes.
just there's a very fine line of making profit and stuff like that, and whatnot. So." But I just found that really
You know what's
interesting.
crazy, Rich? I'm gonna go ahead and throw this at you too.
What's that?
All these apps is getting hot. Why are these apps getting hot? Why are these platforms getting hot? When we're up there, there's a similarity between these platforms getting hot and the data that they use, the energy that they use, and the heat that they generate. It
Mm-hmm.
sounds like crypto mining.
Do you think it's because they're using your resources to do other things?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, when you say that, I'm just
I
thinking.
can't believe
Remember Ukeberry there on Haps when that's the first thing
she
I
got
think
mad
of
at me.
a device, a $5,000 computer that got fried, and she was very fortunate. She still had 2 months worth of the warranty on it and stuff like that because I would be totally pissed. Oh my god.
She had a right to be pissed,
Yeah, yeah,
but a lot of us didn't know about it back then. She
right.
caught on to it early.
Yeah, yeah,
She had a right to be pissed.
yeah,
Even when I was laughing, she laid me out. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? I was just in a conversation laughing with them.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So, but I'm gonna have to. I'm almost thinking this is the second time I did this test. The first one was 1,000 Satoshi. This is 5,000. I upped it a little bit, and it looks like it might get kicked back. But I like playing around. It's interesting stuff, though. It's just I guess playing around with it. Like I said, I started getting I guess I tried the app, and I still use the app, and you hear me talking about the app, and that's Fountain for Podcasters. I listen to Ted's podcast. If I don't watch it, I listen to it on Fountain for Podcasters, and I guess I I listen. He's one of probably four actual podcasts that I listen to on a daily basis or every other day basis. I got an earbud in my head listening, and I've accumulated.
Good
You know,
morning, Carmen. How you doing, lady?
is Carmen here? Oh, Carmen,
Mhm.
first time. Hey, how you doing?
Good morning, Carmen. How you
Good
doing?
morning, Carmen. First time chatter. Thank you for being here. You know what? Would you like to come up? Get her
She
up
might
here.
not. If she comes up, that'll be a bonus. You can take the rest of the month off.
Oh, really? You think? I could send you an invitation, Carmen, if you'd like to come up. It's in your Twitch. On your Twitch, up in upper right, there's a little envelope. Let me type it in here. Let me send you an invite. If you take it, you take it. If you don't, um, we're just hanging out
Read the
here.
chat.
This is just a
Read the
late.
chat.
Oh, I
Read the
promise
chat.
you next. Oh, okay, next Saturday. Okay, all right. No, if I'm up. This is I don't do this on every Saturday. I'm just up here hanging out, and I want to say thank you for. I recognize Carmen. She does a broadcast all about the joy, all about the joy, and and I watched a little bit of replay of this last Thursday show, because you're on during the football game, so I'm watching the football.
Very. Wait, Rich, I got to catch. I'm sorry, Carmen. From now on, we have to take away bougie. You are now
No,
polished. I laughed
I.
so damn hard when you talked about that woman. I am on you. You wait till next time I come up there. We're gonna have some fun.
Carmen says for those people
You are no
watching,
longer you are polished.
I,
You said
Carmen,
I have stepped up.
Carmen, I do replay this on YouTube, and I repurpose this on YouTube and over on Rumble. But Carmen says for those people, I literally am not looking fabulous, which I can understand. And you know me, Borgia.
She so means that she is not coming on camera.
Just
till she
having
eats
coffee.
like
I'm
shit.
just finished my coffee. No
You are?
worries. You are polished, Carmen. You're with those high wheel. And congratulations on the. I guess the strike is completely over with. I saw that. I thought it was over with last week,
Yes.
but it is officially over
Mm-mm.
with, which is gonna help a lot of people get back to their lives again. And she loves that
Mm-hmm.
too. So I appreciate you being here. Yes, the strike is over. So I am too, because because I was explaining. Me and the missus were having a discussion about that, and I don't think she realized how much of an impact. It's not just the actors and the writers. Yeah, you the talk we had. Yeah, she's giving me the look. She's giving me the. She's giving me the kill look, like.
Don't talk about me.
Dude, she is priceless. She is so
But
priceless. I'm
she
so
thought it
sorry.
was just an act, the actors and the writers and stuff. But there's literally people, mounds of people around those people that it affects their lives as far as livelihood and stuff like that. And that's exactly right. It impacts everybody and stuff like that. So. I'm just glad, because that when they're on strike, they don't. I think the last time they were on strike was a number of years ago. Let's see, crews, makeup artists, engineers, construction crews, the people that bring in the coffee. That's big money right there in
Everybody.
itself. The
It's
coffee
been
and
common
Danish.
since the strike started. It's not just impacting the actors; it's the people behind the scenes, everybody. And she always emphasized that from the jump. Carmen, you got a lot of sound bites from your broadcast. I just want to let you know. I was cracking up.
Oh yeah.
You
I watched
Yeah,
half of it. It's really good.
Sound bites. Yeah,
Yeah, the list goes on:
she gonna
marketing,
have some great
advertising.
clips
Yeah.
off of that
Yeah.
episode.
So I'm wondering if, like, the I think they're getting ready to end that strike, the auto strike. Does you think,
Auto workers,
or
I
is
saw
that,
a settlement with that, and I think it's still going on
is
too.
it
I
so?
did see that.
But would you say that has the same type of impact that the Actors Guild strike has? Actors,
When
right?
your union kicks in for your civil liberties, yes.
Yeah.
The problem is when they go on strike, sometimes the businesses pull out,
Oh, that's
and the
true.
strike
Yeah.
can
Okay.
be.
Yeah.
And I actually had a coworker. We were talking about strikes.
Right. Right. Right.
He
Right.
said he was in the city when they went on strike.
Uh huh.
The business just pulled out,
Gotcha.
so all the people that went on strike lost everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the detriment of it. You wanted to win, but I actually know somebody who went through it. They had a strike, and the business pulled out, so they was all screwed.
Right.
I was like, damn. So people got to think about it. But I'm just glad it worked.
Right. Right.
Unions are regaining strength, and they're regaining
Yeah.
what their purpose is. But the people have to be all in on it, and the businesses got to cooperate. These businesses really feel like they can drop your ass, go somewhere else, and make more money for cheaper labor. That's what the fight is. So it's a big old mess. I'm just glad that they won. Now we
Right.
just got to wait on the auto workers to get straight.
Right.
I agree,
Carmen, I
Captain.
you don't have to come up, but I just sent you an invite so you can see where the
She
invite is
told
at.
you
I
next week, and you
I don't
still
care. I'm
sending
just
the
gonna say
invite.
it doesn't. She
She
doesn't have to.
said next week,
But
and she has
I
not
just want her
looked
to
at
see where the
calendars.
invite comes up, Tony. Okay. I'm just for
She's polished. She's
no, but Carmen, if you look at your Twitch in the upper right hand corner, there's a
you
little
see
envelope,
notification.
and that envelope
Mhm.
that's where you'd hit it, and it's the same as Restream and you and all that. I see it. You okay? Like I said, you don't have to come up. I fully understand because the missus she. Well, she's never on camera. You hear her, okay? I can live with that. That's Tony loves that. he just he just looks forward to
She's
the missus.
polished.
Yeah, the
Now you made her start polishing.
yeah. That's a good term though. I think that's a good term as far as applying. I think all
That was
the
hilarious.
people that are on Carmen's broadcast are polished as well as Ted's. Now your
You feel me?
broadcast and my broadcast sometimes we're a couple of knuckleheads anyways. It's like no, but it's all good fun and stuff like that. So I just wanted to show her because I use probably when I'm on the Twitch, Carmen, just to let you know, I like using guest stars because I'm able to use it now. I've got a computer that's not freaking two systems old, and it's something new. I like using Restream. Don't get me wrong. I love using Restream. Tony uses it. It seems to be the new. I think that's the post haps way to go because we have Michael Bathurst uses in it now, and that's just a big plus there. Even though sometimes he can be a knucklehead. And I say that respectfully if you're watching this on the replay, Michael. What's that?
You
What?
said I can be a
I'm gonna get on this case.
Oh, hang on. What's that?
You said I can be a knucklehead?
No, I'm talking. No, the missus is thinking I'm calling her a knucklehead. It's like no.
Tell her we said you would never do that.
Tony says I would never do that.
Yeah, not out loud.
uh, Carmen says, haha, oh my God, I love you. Oh, thank you, Carmen. And Tony, I couldn't find your YouTube. I don't know why. I thought I was following you on YouTube.
Hang on, lady.
Yeah, go ahead and put it in the comments there, Tony, for
Don't lose it.
and stuff. You should be, as a VP, you should be able to put the link and all that stuff. Because that's one of the things I was told that I have. You have to be a VIP or mod and stuff like that. I got that set. But Carmen, this is really great having you here. It's just like usually when I watch your broadcast on replay and stuff, and it's always a good. For the most part, it's a good broadcast, I guess. Especially this last one. I love seeing when I first started watching you. It's all about the Joy. I'm thinking, oh, Joy's up there, the actual person
That
Joy.
should be in the link in the comments, Carmen.
Yeah, there it
Should be
is.
in
It's
that link.
yeah, there you go, Carmen. So you're able to use. Okay, that's good. You can put links. That's good. But so I always like seeing Joy, and I guess Joy has been on Michael Bathurst's broadcast too. So it just
She
we get
probably did one time with you.
yeah. So it's just
She's really been kind of in the cut. She's been busy a lot.
yeah. But she actually one of the times she came up on Michael Bathurst's broadcast, she was actually at work and stuff like that. Let's see, Carmen. Oh, thank you so much, Fireman Rich. Haha, I know. My stream is usually cool. We had a cray week. Okay, yeah, that's. But yes, we have our namesake, Joy, and I like that. I like that. I like your perspective on things. I know you and me, we probably wouldn't agree with a lot of things going on, but there's probably a lot. Well, not there's a few things and stuff like that because you're California, I'm New York, but.
She's Boston.
Oh yeah, that's right. I thought she was from she grew up in New York City. Didn't you grow up in New York City?
Boston, yeah, she's Boston.
I thought she was New York City. Are you Boston? Did you
She
grow up in
Boston,
Boston? Well,
She
I've lived
Boston.
in Boston. I lived outside Boston in Lexington and Concord. Really, we wouldn't
Boston.
agree on. Well, I don't know. It's better, we have differences. Everybody, and that's what makes this world so interesting. We do have differences and stuff like that, but I think the bottom line, we want good and kindness for everybody, as far as
Absolutely.
that goes,
Absolutely.
and stuff like that. So, who lives in Los Angeles for 30 years? That's, I don't know. I've never. The only time I've been through Los Angeles is when I was, and actually it was with the missus and my children. We were en route to Japan, my last duty assignment outside Tokyo, and we never got out of the airport. We just stayed there for an hour. They were refueling the plane, then we got back on the plane, and the airport was it's a typical airport. Now I've been to San Francisco, and I thought San Francisco was nice. Oh no, I'm a Boston. Oh, okay. So you are a Bostonian. Okay. I would think
She's a Bostonian, and it's like I've been down south for 30 years.
Yeah.
It was like I'm a New Yorker, but I've been down here forever. They call
Right.
us damn Yankees. And I was like, what does that mean? Somebody actually told me, I said, this is what it actually meant. I said, oh, okay, and there's a ton of us.
Yeah.
A lot of us from the north who lived down south and stayed.
Yeah.
So I get where she's coming from, but
Yeah.
she's still from Boston.
Yeah, Boston. I like Boston. I like Boston better than New York City, and stuff
What?
because no, I have to say I do like Boston. The greater Boston area. I think it's very rich in history. I was up there at Hanscom Field, which
It
is right.
rich in history, yes.
Yeah, rich. It was Hanscom Air Force Base is right there in Lexington, Concord. I used to run from the air base down to the Lexington Memorial, the Minuteman Memorial there in Lexington Common. It was my 6-mile run, 3 miles out and 3 miles
Yeah,
back.
Carmen, I
And
know
stuff.
y'all hate New York, and we hate y'all too. To hell with your Celtics. To hell with your
No, I
Bruins,
don't
to
hate
hell
the New
with your
York. I
Bruins.
love that would be a disagreement that we would have. I like New York. Some people say I'm crazy being in here because of the high taxes and
Yes.
stuff, but I love upstate New York. It's very beautiful, picturesque. I love the Northeast. When I lived up there, when I was stationed up there at Hanscom Field, I used to go up to I used to ski up there in Cannon Mountain in New Hampshire, going over to Vermont. It's very picturesque up there. The Kangamangas Highway. Do you know what that is? I love the Kangamangas Highway. It's up there by Mount Washington. It's a very nice, especially when the foliage. It's fantastic views and stuff. So upstate New York is not the New York we're talking. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because exactly. There's more, but the city is it's like any city now and stuff like that. There's problems in the city, and they need to be addressed as far as that goes. And I went to school in Vermont, University of Vermont. Okay, UVM. Okay, and
Yeah.
but I like the Northeast. Now California, I don't know. I don't know if I could. Even.
Those taxes they got right now are ridiculous. I couldn't.
Well, the taxes are pretty high here in New York State too. It just and
No,
that
California's bad.
yeah,
California's bad.
yeah, but New York's right behind
I've
them.
heard. I know
yeah.
people who used to live out there, and they was
Yeah.
telling me taxes were like
Yeah.
46%.
Now I can remember years back when I was still single. It was before I left for the Philippines. I was there at Travis Air Force Base waiting for my flight, and I had a couple days, so I went into San Francisco. San Francisco I thought was great back then. The pictures I see of San Francisco now, it's just like New York City. There's issues that need to be addressed, and
It's
it's
very bad.
and I don't know what the solution is for that. And but San Francisco, the San Francisco Zoo was fantastic. I'd say that is the city at that time was let's just see some of the pictures I'm seeing on the news and all that and stuff like that with the same thing down in New York City. I'm like, you got all these things. Can I come up?
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. Yeah, come on up. You can come
live
up.
rich, real you ain't coming. You
See,
live
I
rich,
told you
real
there was a
in.
reason to put. Yes, you can. Just keep your camera off, and I'll get it set to where we have 3. You can do that too up here. You can, Carmen. Let's see. I'm all set for you. We'll be looking for you. She wants to come up. She can talk. I like a good
She
conversation.
will come up with our camera.
Yeah.
Normally she gets busy and she has things going on.
No,
so
that'd
she
be good.
won't
I
jump
really
up.
appreciate Carmen coming
You
up.
know about that all the time, but she'll jump up. You
Yeah.
might as well take the rest of the month off. And Carmen comes on your broadcast, take the rest of the month off.
Why do you say that, Tony?
She don't come up on camera for everybody.
This is okay. Yeah. Well, this is she's getting ready. We'll see as far as her floating in here. and stuff. She's getting ready. I'm just waiting for it to come up. It's probably, can I come up with, yeah. So Des, hey, good morning. What are you first
How
time
you
here?
doing?
Des has been here before. You've been here before, Des. Good morning. Thank you for being here, Des. We're waiting for Carmen to come up so she can talk. She can chew.
Des came through on my broadcast a few days ago. Des, I do thank you.
Yeah.
Honestly, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Now Des is from Haps, right? I remember Des from Haps,
I
right?
thought it was Des. They used to hang with Helga. I got told, no, this is a different Des.
Oh, this isn't the Des for Hank. Oh, that's. Oh, okay. I thought the. Okay, I'm sorry, Des.
I wasn't sure either, but she
Des
was
from
Des from
Haps.
Haps. She was on Haps.
She says from Haps, yeah. Okay, here.
There you go,
Hang,
Carmen.
yeah, stand by, Carmen. I'm gonna push you to the. Push you. Stand by, and you should be. Okay. Do you have volume?
Des used to be on Haps. I got you, Des. You good, lady. It's
Okay,
good to see you. I
we
got
have you up here, Carmen. Oh, you're unmuted. Can you hear us? You got to unmute your. You know what? I don't think my mic is working. I have never been on Twitch. Well, you gotta allow it if you're on your phone. Let me figure. Okay, well, we got you up here, so I have you unmuted, so that's good. That we're halfway there, and I don't have the triangle, so we got a good signal. So I remember Fireman
Oh,
Rich.
can you hear me now?
Oh, there
Yes,
she
we
is.
got you.
Good morning,
I'm
Carmen.
so sorry. I've never been on Twitch, and so I had to set something
This
up.
this is a real honor to have a person of
Oh.
your caliber, Carmen, up here, and I greatly
Rich
You're
appreciate
now,
this.
embarrassing me.
Is
You're so
ladies and gentlemen, we
funny.
have breaking news. Rich is now polished.
I really
Um,
appreciate this, Carmen, taking the time to come up on my broadcast. This is
Oh my
really.
God, I would love to be in your broadcast. I think when you're broadcasting, I'm just waking up to go to work.
Oh, my early,
Is
yeah,
it
my
most?
regular scheduled, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
so you're
behind.
not
Carmen, your
usually
mic is
on
low, just so you know.
Saturdays?
Your mic is real low, Carmen.
Oh, my mic is really low. I don't know
Yes.
how to fix that.
No, I'm hearing her
Um,
loud and clear.
it's because you got your earbuds on. I
I
can
don't
hear
have
her.
on earbuds. I'm using my actual podcast,
You sound
my.
great. I think it'll be good.
Okay, she
Yeah,
sounds good
yeah,
tonight.
she sounds
And
good.
Mel, how
Yeah,
you doing?
I don't know how to make it louder though.
No, you're fine,
you're
Carmen. Go
fine.
ahead.
You're fine, Carmen.
You're fine.
You're clear. You're clear as a bell
So
too. So
host or moderator disabled your mic. That's what it's saying here.
no,
Is it?
I have you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
they're
on it.
saying they can barely hear me.
Yeah,
I
your
don't know
volume
what
is
to
real
do.
low. But we can hear you. You're
Yeah,
good. We
yeah,
can
you're
adjust
Okay,
your
let me
good.
just
You're
volume.
see if I
good. You're
can.
good.
I know.
Carmen,
Well,
you
I
sound
don't
like I did
wanna.
when I was in a hotel in South Carolina.
That's so funny. Let me just see if I can fix something here.
Okay, but this is a real treat because I'm just starting to use this a little bit more. This guest stars. It's now called Streaming Together for Twitch, and I like utilizing what Twitch has for a feature and stuff like that. If we're on Restream, the same thing as it's the same principle as Restream, but it just this is just specifically for Twitch and stuff like that. So I really appreciate you being here. And Des, she's in the. I thought she was the Des that we knew. Well, she said she was from Haps, and Des says she can hear Carmen too. She can hear Carmen now. So
Yeah.
and Des says
Excuse
hello,
me.
Carmen.
Hi,
So
Des. Yeah, no, I really do like your, and this is gonna sound so dorky, but I do love your energy. I just can never watch you because I'm on my way to work.
Yeah.
So I try to catch the live streams, but I say this respectfully, and Tony knows this.
yeah,
I don't have this much time in the day to watch so many
Yeah.
people, and I don't know how y'all watch
Well,
every TV
Carmen, I'm
show, every
retired now.
movie.
I'm retired. I'm retired.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Yeah,
I love
Yes, me
you.
too. Me too.
I turned 65 this past May, and the missus wanted me
No
retire.
way.
Yeah, I'm 65. Believe it or not, a healthy 65, thank God.
Thank God. That's
But the
awesome.
missus wanted me to retire at 62, and I said no, I'm going to go to 67. And then a few years back, we had there was my sister-in-law's husband passed away, and he was able to enjoy 15 years of retirement. He never really took care of himself and stuff like that, and it got me thinking, do I really want to work? I liked what I was doing, but it was just getting I really liked what I've been very fortunate, and since getting out of the Air Force, working. I worked for IBM for 9 years, and then after that, I worked at the day job. I don't like talking about it on camera and stuff like that because there's some.
Right.
Yeah, not that I have a non-disclosure. It's just for my own personal reasons and stuff like that. But it was a
I
good
absolutely understand.
It's a good 17 years that I had there, and I could have worked there. I could have worked there for another 20 if I wanted to. They did not want me to go, and I said, no. This is like when I was getting out of the service. I had an opportunity to stay in the service after 20 because I was high year tenure and for a step promotion. And I said, I told the fire chief, with all due respect, sir, I'm thinking of my family now. And that's when I was thinking about 65, and I'm loving this. I've been 6 months, and you know what the one key about retirement for me is?
Tell me.
I stay out of the missus's way.
Oh.
What was that? Most of the time, she says.
Most of the time. That's
If I'm in my little corner here and stuff like that. But I think she really enjoys me being away from work now. And the thing is, we're not rich, we're not poor, but where I live in New York State, I'm able to live comfortably, and as far as that goes. So
he froze. Carmen, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
What do you mean
Yeah,
I
he
froze? I'm
froze.
not on camera.
No, No, I'll say he froze.
Oh, I
he
froze?
froze.
Okay. It might be the burps. And Des says you deserve to retire. Thank you, Des. I appreciate that in the comments. And Des
Dad
says,
dropped you some bits too. I don't know if you see that in the comments. She dropped you 100 bits.
oh, thank you, Des. I
Yeah.
got bits. Oh my God. Thank you
That's
for
what happened.
bits.
She dropped bits on my
I don't even
broadcast. I was
understand.
like, oh my God.
Oh,
I'm
Des
Go
is
ahead,
sorry,
Carmen.
what's a bit? It's just like money? Is that
Yeah,
what
go
you
ahead,
It's a
Tony.
little bit like money, like change, sort of like what we used to do on Haps. They just donate to your broadcast. Yes.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm never on Twitch, so I have
know.
to start learning. It feels very
You-
complicated.
You
If
broadcast
you
to
want
Twitch,
a
though.
conversation, Carmen, do a conversation. Like one of the days you don't have a topic, broadcasting on Twitch. I think Rick is familiar with it.
Yep, Rick
Yeah.
is, yes.
I mean, I broadcast on here, but I don't come on here. I
Uh-huh.
still in my head see it as a gaming site, So
Exactly.
I have like
Exactly.
3 nephews who are gamers on
Yeah.
here who I'll,
But could I
I know
say
that they're
something,
on here,
Carmen,
but I
about
don't.
that? If you were to look
Yeah.
at the categories, look at the categories, look under just chat. Look how many people are in just chat. This is, that's the overall impression of Twitch, and that's what I thought until because I used to, I still do. I broadcast gaming. I love Lord of the Rings online. I love everything with J.R.R. Tolkien. But when you look at the chat, it's
I did not know that about you. This is why I like you. Wow.
No,
She's
Okay. We
learning.
have
She
more in
loves
common than
learning
you
new things.
realize.
She's just like, oh my God, tell me
Yeah.
more.
No, J.R.R. Tolkien is my favorite, and the next one after that would be I love Mark Twain. Mark Twain's final resting spot is right down the road, 30-40 minutes from where
Oh,
I
wow.
live in Elmira, New York. And I love him
Okay.
because the story behind him and what he did with President Grant. When President Grant, his story and history, he almost was bankrupt, and it was Mark Twain that came to his assistance doing his biography and actually got him settled to where he didn't pass away in poverty and stuff like that. And Grant is buried in Grant's tomb, incidentally, down
What's
there.
up, Mel?
Hi, Melanie. I don't know who Melanie is, but hi,
Oh,
Melanie.
Melanie, she's from
Melanie
Australia.
used to be
Melanie.
she used to be on Hats with us, and she's from Australia. Her
Yeah.
and I are both like 6'4".
And to be exact, Melanie is she is from Rockhampton, Central Queensland. And thank you for being here, Melanie. I appreciate you being here. We got this is turning out to be a good broadcast. It's just not just us couple
People
knuckleheads
kick in
here.
and come say
It is
hello.
a good you always have a good broadcast.
Yes, he does.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, Tony. I didn't mean to step on you.
No, you're good, lady. You're good. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You up here. I'm trying to be quiet.
No, you with the missus here, and then with you here, Carmen. This is probably the classiest broadcast I've had.
That's so funny.
And stuff. So I do appreciate it. I try and it's just like I sort of, I'll be honest with you, like Tony, I do miss Haps. I know Haps was crap for most of the people over there with some of the things, and I even had my issues with it. But the one takeaway I loved about Haps is I met Tony, I met Ted, even Michael Bathurst, met him. and several other people there that I have high respects for. And again, I don't agree with them, especially Michael on some. He's always wanting to get me into arguments. I don't argue anymore. I just, if we get to past the discussion, let's change something else and stuff like that, because it doesn't bring anything to the table and stuff as far as that goes.
I agree with you 100%. Yeah, I mean Tony knows I have such loathing memories, and I was only on HAPS for a minute
Yeah.
compared to most
Yeah.
of you.
Yeah.
I
She
just
was only up there
found
like
it a
2 or
very
3 months.
toxic.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Tony.
You was only up there for like 2 or 3 months, and if I don't give you any credit, you wanted to see the community and make your own judgment. You took all that you could take, and you're like, I can't do this.
And
Yeah,
Carmen,
I just feel like there, the internet is so big. It's
yeah,
kind of, you know, there's just so many other places to hang out, and I tend to really talk to a lot of people. I mean, in person, but also online. I gravitate toward very athletic people, people who do mountain hiking and climbing
well,
and
you're a runner
kayaking, and like
too,
there's
aren't
a
you,
whole other
Carmen?
world.
Are you a runner?
I've run 3 marathons and several 10
Okay.
and 5
Yeah,
Ks, and
I've got
so
5 under my belt and one ultra marathon back in my younger day. I used to run back in my younger day about 200, over 200 to 225 a week.
yeah, no, you are a whole different breed, and I'm not even gonna try to compete with you.
No, no,
Like
I do my
when
morning
you
walk on
said
the
that
go.
earlier, no, when you said that earlier, I was like, oh, I'm gonna shut up. But I love athletic people. So I danced for a long time.
Oh, okay, okay.
And I always say, I was famous, but I realized as I got older as a kid, I was famous in my community, not the world.
Well,
But I loved
yeah.
dancing. I thought I was gonna end up on Broadway and be a
Oh,
choreographer.
wow.
That was my
Okay.
goal. But I ended up with a really bad injury and had to stop, and so I ended up going to college instead. But
Hmm.
we all have our journey.
Yep, yep.
Yes.
The
And
path we
after
travel.
not
Yeah.
being able, yeah, after having to stop dancing, and I danced like I rehearsed probably 4, 6, 8 hours a
Oh, yeah,
day
yeah.
before and
That's
after school. So it was a real
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
And I was also part of color guard and drum corps. I don't know if you know what that is,
Yep,
but
I do.
Yes.
Yep,
kind of
yep, yep.
I
Fully.
loved all that stuff. I
Yeah,
was always a very athletic kid, and
yeah.
then I had to stop it. So I went to college and I picked up running. And even though I ran slow, like my best time, Rich, I'm not gonna lie to you, is like 10-minute miles.
That's
I
no,
had a hip
that's
injury.
10
That's
minutes.
that's average.
That's a good
Well,
time.
but it's
That's
still not, I mean, it's not, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, when you're in the world of running, you realize
You're
10
right.
is
I agree
not a
with
lot.
you.
That was
yeah,
Yes.
my best.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
but marathons, I was much slower. Like, I laughed because there were people in my first and second marathon who were walking and passing me, right? Those professional
Oh,
walkers.
oh yeah, yeah.
That is
You know,
so
I
disrespectful.
did
I want you
that.
to stop that.
I did that event when I was in high school. They were just bringing it in my senior year, and I was on the 2 mile relay. And the coach came up to me because I was like the third leg, and I was the slowest one because we had this one guy, Tony Banks. He finished the last leg, and the two guys ahead of me would get me a head start, and then when I took the baton, they would catch up, and then Tony would just walk. He would just run. He got a full
Oh,
scholarship at
that's
Binghamton
awesome.
University. Great runner.
Oh,
He would
wow.
run like the
That's good.
freaking wind, and stuff. But then the coach, they were just introducing that walking, and he says, "Would you be interested in doing that?" I said, "Yeah." So me and this other guy, we I can remember we getting razzed so much by our teammates and stuff like that. You look like a bunch of ducks with something stuck up your butt.
Yeah, that's how you look. Exactly.
Yeah, but I mean that was my first marathon was I started really thinking about doing marathons when
Hmm.
my friend Caesar passed away.
Okay.
I shouldn't say that. He didn't pass away. He was killed in 9/11 in the Twin
Oh.
Towers.
Oh. Oh.
So
Wow.
I
Wow. Wow.
started
Yeah.
really kind of trying to do something in his honor, and that was my first
Hmm.
marathon.
And what was your time?
But
You don't mind
ooh,
me asking?
She
no.
said,
I
"Ooh,
honestly, I think it was like 5 hours something. That was
Okay.
when I was running,
You finished
walking,
it though.
running,
That's the
walking.
thing. That's the
you
Oh
overall
did
no, I
bottom
finish."
line.
finished it.
You
Oh
finished it.
no. And I have to tell you, I just recently had my injury. I just had surgery. Tony knows, 2 years ago, finally on this because I couldn't walk during COVID. Um, and you know what? I realized how much I ran with
Yeah,
pain.
yeah.
I didn't
Yes.
Carmen,
know
Des
that.
says, have you been on Heckle? I haven't, Des. And Melanie says hi again. And Des says, I'm an avid
I'm an
mountain
avid.
bike at retirement age. That's fantastic.
I love that. I love mountain biking, but you know what? That's a head game because mountain
Ooh,
biking going up
It's
is
dangerous.
great. mountain biking going down a hill, down a mountain.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's
So
true.
I'm gonna have to walk away for a moment because I have to go to get my laundry. I'll be back in
Okay,
like
we'll
2
we'll
minutes.
hold the fort down here. This is a
How
real
do I
treat.
do that Oh, I'll turn off the mic. I'll
Yeah,
be back
just
in a
just
second.
mute your mic and you come back. We'll hold you here and stuff like that.
Okay. Thank you.
You see that little bubble pop up?
What
I
little
don't see the
bubble?
bubble, but
No, not you, Carmen. I'm talking about on mine. When I did like this, the little bubble popped up. See?
Oh, what the hell was that?
That's been coming up on a lot of platforms. You gotta be careful with your hand symbols. I used to
Is
ride bikes
that
when I was a teenager.
activated by your? Do that again. I saw it on the.
You know what scares me about it? When I'm on Cantina, it does that.
Whoa!
It's just me.
Yeah, I
It's not
I
just me.
saw the
People
thumbs
are
up.
doing it.
I
Yeah,
saw the thumbs up mark on the thing, but um, I'm not sure if it shows up on the regular broadcast though. I'm looking at the.
it will. It
Will it?
will.
Okay. I wonder why that
When
is.
I'm on Cantina, it does that. Now I'm seeing it doing it over here. It's telling
Yeah.
me something. Mel, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Because Mel
Really?
was over there.
Uh
Yeah. There's as far as being a mountain biker, when I was a teenager in Virginia Beach,
huh.
all of us that had bikes, we used to just ride everywhere.
Uh
So
huh.
y'all did in the mountains, we used to just ride the neighborhood in the city. And I didn't have a small neighborhood. We was riding everywhere. 10 speeds, dirt bikes, beach cruisers, everything. We would just ride as a group.
I think the
20, 30
last
minutes.
time I was on a bicycle, I was still single, and I had a 10 speed that ended up subsequently getting stolen when I was over in Korea. But I used to ride on 10 speed a lot, and mountain bike. Geez, we used to do before it became popular. This is back in the late 60s, 70s. We would ride our bikes on the back hills and make trails on the motorcycle
Hmm.
trails and stuff like that. And we were doing mountain biking before they called it mountain biking and stuff. I
What
had
you would
a
do is you would learn the road, and then you would try to ride it faster. Then
yeah.
you would try to ride it more
I
dangerous.
had
That's what we used to
this
do.
one bike,
Yeah.
Tony. It was a Huffy 2 speed, and oh, I love riding that bike all over the place.
You had a Huffy. That was not a cheap bike.
But it was a 2 speed now, a 2 speed,
I
and
got the two
this
speed, but
bike
still
could
had
go
the main.
anywhere. I mean, if all that was missing is the big knobby tires that you see on the bikes now, the
Yeah,
mountain bikes, and
off-road tires. Yes.
Mel says yes, Tony, and stuff
I
like
would
that.
love to. If I could ever get myself back in shape,
Yeah.
I'd probably go bike riding again.
Well,
Because
I'm
bike riding
yeah.
was a great exercise.
That's the
That was a
one thing
great exercise.
I don't do on the weekends unless the missus is up for it. But that's why it's sort of it's casual. And I know Saturday is Saturday and Sunday is Sunday because I don't do the walking like I do Monday through Friday on the golf course. I got a golf course right here, an 18-hole golf course that I walk maybe 21 to 25 minutes every morning and stuff. That's my extra, and that really uh, keeps me somewhat fit and stuff like that
Of course.
as far as
Even
that
when I
goes.
retired, and I used to tell my wife back when I was married, she was like, "If you retire, what are you going to do?" I said, "I'll go to the gym 4 or 5 times a week. What else do I have to do?
Yeah, yeah.
All I got to do is go exercise and eat right, and then I could probably do something around the house
Well,
and watch
you
TV."
have to maintain, and that's the thing. Like when I was getting ready to leave the day job and stuff like that. I mean, I was a little worried about having access to a physical fitness gym type setup, and
Yes.
I said, well, you don't really need a gym. You just have to be active. And one of those things is like I would love to get back into running, but with my age, I don't want to. Like Carmen, I don't want to break a bone and end up having surgery or something like that. So
But this is what you do. Do you have a base near you?
what's that again?
Is there a base near you?
No, no, no. Upstate,
That's
the
why.
last
Okay.
base, there's a couple places here like for $10 a month I could go to and stuff like that. But I look at it realistically as like, am I really? I mean, I'd be spending more time getting ready and going out to the gym or something like that to where I can do things. I've got weights in the garage, and I'm doing the walking and stuff like that. So those two functions right there, if I just keep up and the whole thing is I think I'm eating a little bit better now that I'm retired compared to and that's a big thing is like back when I was working, I look at some of the stuff I ate when I was on the job, and I would just garbage out just to
You got to detox. Detox twice a year, once every 6 months.
yeah.
And I
Well,
would do like my abdominal exercises. If I got back on them, that would help me out so much. I'm gonna probably find something like on the original Star Trek when they was at the table and they was doing the leg thing like that. That's gonna be my exercise for a little bit. That way I won't break nothing. I still got my range of motion and circulation happening. That's what's wrong with the health. Have wrong with all of us, man.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. That's something. That is something.
That's what we
Um,
gotta do.
But yeah, exercising is important, and that was the one thing I said I have to get. And from day one, when I left the day job there, I started walking, and it's at least 5 times. I may take there might be one week where I'll do 4 days. I'll take a day off, but that's because we have stuff going on, as far as that goes, and such. And are you hearing me?
Yeah, you're loud and clear.
Okay, I'm just wondering because I'm looking at my
I heard a
OBS.
cat meow in the background. I thought
Yeah, the OBS.
you're glitching a little bit. It's pixelating somewhat, but you're all right.
Okay, I'm just looking at the OBS there just to see what I got for a time for the broadcast. Okay, hour and 22, but I'm not seeing any indication on the OBS. But that might just be OBS and stuff. I am seeing the icon in the guest stars indicate, the little thing that pops up next to your thing there as far as indicating you got audio and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, everything's good.
okay,
Everything's good.
that's cool.
Like I said, you're pixelated. You're probably seeing it on the replay. Actually, you know what? I did notice when we came up the other day and I watched the replay. I don't think you were as pixelated as what I was seeing.
Okay.
So that may just be the live thing, and afterwards it fixes it.
It
corrects
fixes,
itself.
yeah. I see that, and I think Michael Bathurst has said that that would be the case over on Hap sometimes, and I think it's been so here as far as that goes too, because that's why I always keep a couple. Oh, I am okay. There it is. Yeah. I'm looking all right on the devices here and stuff. So, but
I did just log back into Heckle. I just changed phones. I upgraded to the new 15 Pro. So I did get back on Heckle. Y'all might see me up there this weekend.
now is Heckle ever going to come to Android?
He's been working on it.
He's been
He
working on
talked
it for
about
like the last
No,
2-3 years,
He
Tony.
tested Android a couple of months ago, and I thought Android people were coming in.
Okay,
'Cause he
thank you,
did test
Melanie.
it. But Heckle got kind of dry.
Okay,
There's people like that, but they're looking for each other to be the audience. It's sort of looking like how Haps did before Haps went down. It's starting to
Gotcha.
get real decent. Yeah, he's been working on it.
Okay.
I catch his Q&As every day. I go in there. If I don't
Okay.
do anything, I try to go in there and say what's up to him every now and then because so many people got
yeah,
respect for him.
I would go on Heckle if it was for Android, but I don't have an Apple device. I mean, my Apple devices. I got the iPad Mini that I'm using here for intro and outro music and stuff like that. It's a first generation. It's older than dirt, but it still works with this app that I love using. But I'm primarily an Android Windows user, so I would love to, like I wasn't too apt to go on airtime, but I know Simon. I've talked to Simon back on the Haps days and stuff like that. He's a very
He was
smart
on Haps
guy.
and Periscope. I heard he was on Periscope.
He might have been on Periscope, but I met him via Haps when
He was on Haps?
yeah, he was on Haps. Where were you? He was on Haps.
I probably wasn't on Haps.
Yeah, he was still doing his. I think he was still working on his PhD and stuff like that. So he would broadcast every once in a while, and very very intelligent individual. And Heckle has been around for a while. Yeah, I know it's been a while, Des, but it's just like I said, I got to wait for it to come on Android and stuff like that. So if you get on there, you see Simon, tell him FiremanRich wants to come on Heckle. Get your ass in gear and get it on Android.
Do me a favor. See if you can do something with Carmen's mic because yours and mine are overbearing hers. I got my volume turned up and her volume's low. Carmen,
What
do
do
me
you
a favor.
mean? No, I didn't say anything.
There you go. No, I was just wanted to make sure I can hear you. Now
Okay.
I can hear you a whole lot better.
Yeah,
You're a whole lot better now.
She's back.
Oh yeah, I wasn't saying anything. I just wrote in the comments, "I'm back."
Oh, okay.
Well, I saw your mic was turned off, so I got my eyes on.
You're so funny.
Listen,
did I
you
miss?
have
What were you
you are
talking
going to
about?
have some excellent sound bites off of your last broadcast. I was cracking up at you.
Oh,
Y'all are hilarious. Just so you know, when you and Andrea and is it
Cynthia?
Christina? Cynthia, yes. You all have a nice little combo going on. So you're gonna have some great sound bites on that.
Well, that's usually what I do on Saturday mornings. So
You're
I
gonna
don't.
have some fun with that.
Fireman Rich, how long are you on Saturday mornings?
oh, this is just an impromptu. I can stay. I'm gonna probably. I've been on it for an hour and 26 minutes now. I'll probably take it up to close to 2 hours. I'm usually good for an hour, Karen. But when I have quality
Yeah, me
people,
too.
when I have quality people, quality people such as you and Tony, I could stay on a little longer and stuff like that because this is like I said, I take this with all seriousness a real treat having people up on here because you're sharing a little bit of your time with mine, and I
Oh,
really,
you're so kind though. I mean, I honestly, I never, I mean, I always appreciated you, but it's not like we hung out on Haps at all. So I would love to be on your show more often. I
yeah.
just, like if you ever do it on a Saturday, I will be prepared and
Well,
beautiful.
it's just
And
yeah, it's just an impromptu. Just
your
it's sort of
Tony's
like
face.
it's sort of like going back to the old hanging out and just it's nothing casual. I don't really do a format.
Yeah.
If I'm here on my soapbox talking to myself, I usually talk the weather, do a thought for the day. I have some things to go to and stuff like that. And Dead America is
Dead America.
in the
That's what
chat.
I'm
That
thinking.
is my good friend. Let me get his card here. My good friend Ed Waters. He's a podcaster for Dead.
Oh, that's your
Hi,
man Ed Waters
Edward.
Yeah,
down here, man.
he's a great guy. He does some great interviews with people. He's a podcaster, a real podcast. He's the one that got me using the word. Yeah, I guess I am a podcaster in a sense. He's out
So
there.
he's the one that's down here in Macon that you were telling me about.
Yeah, he's out there in Oregon. Ed
Oh,
is
he's
a,
in Oregon
yeah.
now.
I've known
Yeah.
Ed for quite a few number of years. Never we go back to the audio platform Get Dialogue, where you see I say on Twitter they or X/Twitter they have Spaces, and then on Apple they have Clubhouse. Well, go back 5 years. That's what Get Dialogue was. We're doing that before they even had those platforms, so it's not old news and stuff. Ed Waters is a great guy.
Nice to meet you, Ed.
Nice to
And
meet
yes,
you, Ed. He
thank you,
does talk
veterans.
about you a lot. He says you're his influence on a lot of things, so my salute to you as well.
Yeah, yeah.
I got fluting. He was trying to work fluting out. I'm going to try and work it with him one day.
Yep, and I really
So,
appreciate it. Ed
yes.
Waters, he gifted me. He doesn't use it. He knows I'm really into the live streaming now, the platform Flutin, and I really appreciate that, Ed. So, and that's the thing
Well, I
I
don't
like,
know all
Carmen.
of these platforms.
Pardon?
That's so
Carmen, there are
interesting.
so many.
Yeah, there's so
I
many.
There are
don't
so
know
many.
all these platforms you guys talk about.
There are so many. Trust me. Stick with what you're doing right now. Rick
Yes.
has got you on the one that has the best plan. And the other one's going to be StreamYard. StreamYard is the one that everybody
Yeah,
goes
that's
to.
going to be the
whether they go to
standard.
Restream.
That's going to be the standard.
No,
Stick
I,
with
I, I, I know StreamYard. I chose,
Or no,
I mean, okay,
Restream.
so can I just ask a question?
Yep.
yes.
StreamYard and Restream and Riverside, those are not platforms. Those are software programs that allow us to
good-
be on platforms.
Good point.
Yes,
That's
and
a
that's the
good
best way
point.
to word it,
Okay,
yes.
good point. That is a good
Okay.
point. Yes,
You
yes.
worded it wrong.
Yeah,
Yes, she's
yeah.
correct.
That's that, and that's what Get Dialogue was. It was a platform to exactly. Yeah, that's
Right.
as
So
far.
I chose Restream, I mean, only because, and I didn't even realize it. I bought the ridiculous amount, like
The professional.
I bought more than I needed is
You
my
bought the
point.
professional, yes.
Yeah.
But I didn't know. I just didn't know, and then Rick laughed at me like, and I bought it for
I
the
know what you
year.
did, and I know why he laughed already.
I bought it for the year. I'm like, oh my goodness. So, but I mean, I used StreamYard for a minute and Riverside, and Restream just seemed easier for me. And you see me fumbling on the techie part of it.
No,
You know?
you
Yes.
do real well, I think. And do you like Restream?
I don't care.
Oh.
I'll be
She doesn't.
honest.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
care.
Okay, just
I do all my own editing afterwards for
Right.
the audio for the podcast, and
Okay.
also I do all the clips.
now where are
And
you
so
on
I'm really
your podcast? Just
it's I'm on Buzzsprout. Who I
Buzzsprout.
love.
Okay,
I
okay.
love Buzzsprout. So then they send it to everywhere, right? To to Apple, to Spotify.
Okay.
I mean, iHeart, whatever, all of
Mhm,
them.
mhm.
But I love Buzzsprout. Their customer service. I think that's the thing that I miss as I'm getting
course.
older. Great customer service.
That's
you know.
cool.
So they're a great podcasting. I don't even know what they're called, right? But they're hosting your podcast, I guess.
Right, right. And I use that. I used to call Anchor. Now it's Spotify for podcasters. It's the old Anchor
Oh yeah,
app.
Anchor, right?
And I used it this morning doing audio. I love audio. That's where I got my start broadcasting in a sense. And I used to call. I'm doing my own audio, my voice, and all that. I love everything that has to deal with radio also because in the '60s when I was growing up, I had this AM radio my grandfather gave me, and I had that was my first piece of real tech back in the '60s, and I had the earphone, and I had that at school, and I was the coolest kid in school because I had an AM transistor radio.
Right.
That's so cool.
Mel, I see you got your own card. I do see that, Mel.
Yeah. That
That's so cool. I didn't realize. I mean, I guess if you're a little bit older, you did grow up in the '60s. I was just writing a blog post this morning that I'm going to post on Sunday, about the differences in Gen X and millennials. Like I'm kind
Mm.
of in this kind of thing, and it's so weird because it doesn't really matter the generations. But when you were just talking, it just hit me like, oh my God, that's right. The '60s. Like I
60s,
wasn't
yeah.
even born
I'm a,
yet.
yeah.
Which
I can
it's so
remember.
weird.
Yeah, my first most memorable thought, and this will sort of solidify that. I can remember sitting in the living room and watching my father. And I was playing with my toys, and he was standing up, and President John F. Kennedy, was on the black and white TV, and he was presenting the. You can see it on YouTube, but that presenting what was going on during the Cuban Missile Crisis. So at that time, I'm thinking,
Wow.
oh, okay, my father's concerned about something. I just kept on playing. It wasn't until years later when I realized what this, even more so now because we know more about what happened during the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Yeah.
Um, it just like, but, and then the assassination of John F. Kennedy, I can remember that. I didn't really it didn't really impact me because I was still younger. But I
Right.
Yeah.
remember my older brother crying, my
Yeah.
parents, and it just like, I just I can recall well, he's just the president, but I didn't know the significance. It's years
Yeah.
later I'm
Yes.
thinking the significance of that particular time, and then I think I really gained the significance when Martin Luther King was assassinated, and then a couple weeks later was Bobby Kennedy, or was it the vice versa? I know I think it was John.
It's
Yeah,
vice
yeah,
versa. I think it.
yeah,
Oh no,
yeah,
no, it was.
and
It
that
was.
was in
I think
then
it was Martin Luther King,
yeah.
and then
And
Robert Kennedy.
yeah,
Right.
April, and then it was Robert F. Kennedy because he was in
Right.
the primary there, and that impacted me. I remember we're sitting on the stoop, and the newspaper boy came through the paper, and it was headlines, and I say, and I think I was like 9 or 10, and that impacted me. It's like, oh my God, because it was a turbulent time. Vietnam was still going on and all that, and I was a dumbass kid thinking I want to go fight for my country, and you know what I know about Vietnam, I think what a dumbass I was.
I don't think it was a dumbass. I think there
Well,
was also a sense of
yeah, yeah,
patriotism that we all grew up with. That
exactly, yeah,
now
yeah,
that we have more information at our fingertips, we can kind of have a different
right,
sensibility about it. But
exactly,
I
yeah,
wouldn't beat yourself
yeah.
up about
No,
that.
no,
It's
no, I'm not. But
actually
I
I missed that a little bit.
yeah, I always look back.
I mean, I. Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I
go ahead,
keep
go
cutting
ahead.
you off. No, no. I was just saying. I kind of miss having that patriotism. I don't have it anymore,
Hmm.
but I loved loving my country back
Yeah,
then.
I
Um,
and I know what you're saying, and I think there's people that I think generally they're concerned about problems, and
mhm,
but I think this country, I think when it comes down to the brass tacks, people do love it because I just go back to
mhm.
after 9/11. The country, I have two nephews that I didn't think they were going to go in the service. They end up going in. One, um,
Wow.
he's getting ready to retire in the service, and the younger people that stepped up and on this day, late
Yeah.
yesterday, I had some contractors coming in, taking care of an electrical, reinstalling some electrical wire from the house to the garage. And the one young electrician, he goes, "Oh, he knows I was in service. Oh, thank you for your service." I said, "You know what? I appreciate that, but thank the people that are in now because after
Right.
when I got out, it was way before 9/11. I didn't think
Mhm.
all this crap that's going on now would happen, but the people that are in now, they are for me, they're the real heroes because they
Right.
do have, because we still have a all volunteer force, and they're going in there for a purpose, and I see that with my two nephews.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
You
A
know,
lot of
and
the
they have,
kids
and
can
believe me, they have disagreements with this country and stuff like that, which,
absolutely.
which makes this country so great, even if at its worst moments and stuff like that. Uh, and I think if a lot of the stuff that happened in this country, if it happened in any other country, they would implode. That's what makes this country so
Mhm.
great. The bedrock of this country
Mhm.
we still have a long way. We're not squeaky clean by and
Mhm.
as far as that goes. But I just think that I've been around the world. 20 years I was in the service. 13 of them I've been overseas, and I've
Wow.
seen quite a bit on over in the European side, over in the Pacific Rim, and I had some Philippine nationals that worked for me. They had families and they were living on like $300-400 a month, and that was big time money for them and stuff.
Back
So
then,
it's just when you see that, it's like, well, that's not the case here because it's a whole different money scale when you look at it. But it just you have to appreciate the simple things that you do have, as far as that
Yeah,
goes.
please don't misunderstand me.
Yeah.
I love my country, but
Yeah.
I think loving my country also means understanding that I can be disappointed
Oh
in
yeah,
my
yeah. No,
country
that's
as well.
you said that more eloquent.
And
You said that a lot better than me, Carmen. So that's exactly the
yeah,
point
I
I'm
mean,
getting
I
at.
love
Yes.
our veterans.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
am very
Yeah.
appreciative
Yeah.
of our military who do keep us safe. I'm not so happy with, our leaders throughout all the years, right?
Yeah.
Making decisions like going to
And
Iraq or whatever.
and
We
you
can
can
go
go
down that
back in
rabbit hole or
history,
not, but
Carmen. You can go
right,
back in history, and we have problems, and I totally agree with you. But you go back in history
yeah,
too. I look at some parts of history and say, how did this country survive?
yes,
And it just
yes,
like and I think it's a little bit more it's the greatness of this country that is bigger than just one people. It's the country as a whole, a group
absolutely.
people and stuff like that. So that's interesting. That's as close I'm going to go political and stuff because I don't go.
Oh, I'm right there with you. On my show, we don't talk about religion or
No, that's the
politics. We
closest
don't. Um,
because let's just say.
but I still think you and I have a lot more in common that you think
Oh
that we
yeah,
don't.
yeah, yeah. But
I'm trying to figure out why you think we would have different. I actually think you and I probably have more in common than me and a lot of other people I
well,
talk to.
just to be,
Maybe Tony keeping his
I,
mouth
I,
shut.
I I'm a just so you know, I'm a Republican conservative, so I'm along the same lines as Brian.
Ooh. Oh, I'm not. Oh, really?
Well,
You
not
have
Okay.
no
I
idea.
know.
but
You have
Okay.
no idea.
Oh, I'm
I
gonna.
have
Okay.
disagreements
Okay.
with Brian. I think that I disagreed with him the other night on Ted's show where there's one political candidate in the debate there that he likes. He's a young guy and stuff like that. I don't
Oh, I
really.
know who he is.
Yeah, I think he's.
Trust me, I don't talk about politics
Yeah,
because I know
yeah,
a lot
yeah,
about it.
yeah,
But you just explained something.
yeah.
You're right. You and I would disagree
Well, we
on
would,
yes,
but the thing is, I think I could have a civil conversation. See, the thing is,
Yes.
also, I want to say,
I think you're old school. I think you're old school Republican, and I used to call myself
yeah,
up until the Trump era. I used to call myself a conservative Democrat.
yeah,
So I did, and my liberal friends would like freak out.
yeah,
But
yeah.
so yeah, I think I could have a
Yeah.
civil conversation
No,
with you
and
for sure.
at my point in my life right now, because I got to say this, Carmen, if we would have met, say, when I was still in the service before I got married, you wouldn't have nothing to do with me. That's how much I've changed. That's how much more open I've gotten,
Oh
and
wow.
stuff like that. Believe me,
Why?
um,
Just because you were younger,
I was
or
younger. I was in the
So
military. I thought I was indestructible. I
intimidated,
thought I was always
proud,
right, and
all of those
I
different
was a
things.
cocky ass person back in the day. I've learned through life as you get older, you do get wiser, and if you don't get wiser,
yeah,
you go the other way. You're not gonna enjoy life, and I think it's better to enjoy life because with as many disagreements there are out there, there's always common ground because we're all one human race on
Absolutely.
this blue marble, and that's the way I look at
yeah.
it and
But I
stuff
think
like
we've
that.
lost that in this country. I mean, I think I mean,
To
I
a
love
certain
that
degree,
you're
yeah.
saying that,
Yes.
but we can't really dismiss the fact that it's not just that we're divided. It's that there are people working every day to continue making sure we are divided.
Yeah.
That's what bothers me,
Yeah.
right? The
Yeah.
digging
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
And
I know what you're
I
saying
think
there.
for
Yes.
me, my show, the reason why I started my show is I feel we really do delve into the negativity on a whole other scale because of the internet. It allows Tony, you okay?
I'm all right. This isn't y'all. This is me. When I get up in the morning, I get these headaches, so don't
Oh,
mind me.
okay. I thought it might be we going a little in a direction
Why?
we
No,
should.
Okay.
y'all are fine.
Let's
Y'all are
talk about
fine.
running again. Let's talk
Yeah.
about running
Yeah.
again.
No, y'all are fine. I get these headaches in the morning. This weather
Oh,
changes are helping, so
oh,
But
is
you
it?
haven't
sometimes
you
Yeah.
haven't checked it out, or it's the hourly change?
it's a little bit of my sinuses.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. You get.
All this, I gotta like clear my face up and everything. That's why a lot of times when I get up in the morning, I'm a little out of it. So forgive me. This isn't y'all.
Um,
This is
Let me see.
y'all are
Get into
good.
the comments here real quick, Tony. I have my
Yeah.
own card now. Yeah, you do, Melanie. Well, you're on the card. You're on the card there. Ed from Dead America says, Okay, where's that? He says we are still the best country in the world. I agree with that, Ed. We all lose when people say and do nothing about our leaders taking advantage to their power and yeah. Sometimes we have people that are they should be in, yeah, but that's why we have elections, and as far as that goes, and some people that say certain things happen in elections, I think they need to take a reality check in some cases, and I'll just say that. But no, seriously though, if it was 20 years ago, you would have nothing to do with me. You would say, get the heck away from me, Rich.
Okay, so 20 years ago, well, I mean, okay, we don't have to talk about politics.
No, actually,
but I'm just gonna say this.
I would say, let me correct myself. I've been married
I don't
30.
think so.
I've been married 37 or 38.
Ooh,
Oh,
asking.
the missus is figuring
37.
37. I want to say 30, but we've been married 37. But before I got married, so let's say 40 years ago, you would not like me at all. You would say, "Get the hell." You would.
Carmen, you are a mess. I'm sorry, Rich. Ooh, asking.
Yeah. Well, no,
That's
it's
a
just one of those
mistake. You
years.
don't
It's
ask
just like
after
I wouldn't have a
37
pot.
years.
I would have to say I wouldn't have a pot to pee in, Carmen, if it wasn't for the missus. Okay, and that's how much my life has improved as far as, and I've been very blessed and fortunate, because she could have thrown me out 3 times in that 37 years. So.
Wow.
So-
20 years ago, I worked at Brand New School, which is a motion graphics live action company back then. Now I guess they do branding. Anyway, I was an executive, blah, 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 partner. And people would walk into my office and be shocked that I was listening to Sean Hannity, what's his name, Elder. And okay, I'm trying to
Larry
think,
Elder.
Larry
yeah,
Elder,
yeah.
Sean Hannity, and Bill O'Reilly. They were on the same
Yeah.
KABC radio station. And I would listen to them because, as much as I disagreed with them, it was much more interesting to learn
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
they believed what they
Exactly.
believed than listening to like NPR. I never listen to NPR. It's not because I hate
I
it.
used
It's
to
just
listen to
because
NPR all the time when I was in the service. I loved it, but then
yeah, so always listening to the other side is fine with me. And people would get upset with me, like, why are you listening to hardcore Republicans? Imagine they were considered hardcore Republicans
well,
back
I
then.
think Hannity's more
So,
hardcore now than he was back in the day.
oh yeah, he's really changed a lot. So I don't know if that's true. I probably would have liked to engage with you because I get frustrated too, but one of the things I like is learning and then being like, you know what? It's okay we disagree, but thank you for the time,
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Well,
know. And I think that's my issue with Brian. It's just always a fight
well, Brian,
with
I
him.
think because I'm saying, geez, is this gonna? You guys are both. You are having the discussion, which is great because I think you guys both understand where each other are coming from, and and you have a little bit of a window, sort of like like you didn't agree. I used to listen to Sean. He's a little bit of a hack, and sometimes, but
Oh,
especially more so
yeah, I
now.
can't
Now,
listen
Bill
to him
O'Reilly,
anymore.
I like Bill O'Reilly from the aspect that he was a teacher. He taught history. There's a lot of things I don't really agree with him, but then again, on his outlooks. But when he starts talking about history, I love everything about history too because we learn a lot from that. I venture on the CNN, watch that occasionally. I don't even watch. I probably watch both that and Fox maybe equally, if that. I don't turn the TV. That's one thing being retired. I don't watch the news that much. I'll get the going headlines, especially what's going on over in the Middle East because we have military
Yeah,
folks over
God.
there and stuff like that. But as far as do I base my opinion off of what? No, I just see what they have for information, and then I'll sort it out for myself. And I
Yeah,
think that's what people have to do.
I heard on Ted's show, and then I kind of just logged off because I was tired of being online. But um, I am absolutely against people thinking that it's not okay to listen to professional journalists
Hmm.
because they've decided to label it mainstream media, and that's like the new thing, right? There's actually a profession where you learn how to do investigative
Yeah,
reporting
yeah,
and you get information,
yeah,
and those people tend to be, yes,
yeah,
mainstream media.
Yeah.
And so, I'm not saying that's the only place you should get your information, but this new wave of stuff
Oh no,
that's
no.
come out that
Yeah,
like
yeah. You got
only
to.
opinion,
Yeah.
entertainment
Opinions is not
information,
news. No, no.
that's not
Opinions
news.
is
Yeah,
not
By
news.
the
and
way,
yeah.
Fox News is continuously opinion.
Well, I.
Absolutely.
It's not.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
no, no, no. I'm not going to fight about Fox
No,
News,
no.
but even in all the lawsuits that happen, they are considered an entertainment. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
so,
okay,
so
yeah,
that's what
you're
kind of
right in that
bothers
aspect.
me.
Yes, you are. They are entertainment, and but
So
that's the
that's
one
what
thing I.
bothers me.
On the flip side, that's what I saw CNN, which back in the day
Yes,
I loved watching, but they have all these talking heads. I said I'm not here to listen
absolutely.
to your opinions, and I can tolerate CNN. I like Walt Blitzer. I like him because
He's a
he's
good
Wolf is
man.
almost
Blitzer seems like he's a good man. Yeah.
yeah,
Wolf
and
Blitz
but
and Mr. Cooper.
MSNBC, some of the
Pretty
people
much.
on there, I'm like, you know what? This well, who does the nightly news for NBC there? You watch him,
Wolf Blitzer and Anderson Cooper pretty much the last two
yeah.
standing
NBC.
reporters on CNN
Lester Holt.
as of
Oh,
right
Lester
now.
Holtz. I like Lester Holtz because
Lester's okay.
Lester Holtz got his
Lester's
start
okay.
on MSNBC when it was an internet, just a straight
Yes.
internet. I
Yeah.
loved MSNBC when it was on, and Lester Holtz was. I said, this guy's great, and I can watch Lester Holtz now. CBS and ABC, I can't watch because I don't know the people. It's like I grew
I
up with
think we
Walter
do
Cronkite,
have
so
right, and that is the standard. But listen,
yeah.
if you go back and watch some things from Walter Cronkite or
Oh,
Tom Brokaw or all of the old school Brian Williams, whatever,
yeah,
we don't. You can see that everyone has an opinion. We're human
yeah,
beings.
true.
Just
That
because
is,
it was labeled
yeah,
objective
yeah,
doesn't mean that it
yeah,
actually
yeah.
was,
Well,
right? So
that's a key word that you're
I
saying. We have too many labels.
exactly. And it's kind of like, I think what we should be doing when it comes to the internet or news is being able to understand
Yep.
how great it is to have so many things at our fingertips that we can look at all different aspects, not in a negative way, but in a positive
Positive
way.
way, yeah,
Look it,
yeah.
I'm just going to tell you straight up. I still am under the belief, and maybe this is where my mistake is, that human beings, especially in this country, are good and decent people. I
Me
don't think
too.
everyone is trying to scam me or screw me over
Right.
or lie to me or like all these conspiracy things, like I actually still want to believe in the world where there
Yeah,
is hope and
yeah,
joy. And,
yeah.
and it sounds hokey.
Yeah.
I
No, no, not
I
for me.
can't
No,
live
that's
in
not
that weird
hokey.
place.
I don't take that as hokey because it's just like it's sort of the old school. I take the same premise that I think the best of people until they show otherwise,
Until they show
and
me
the
otherwise,
concern,
right?
because again,
Hmm.
I think generally the majority of the people in this world are good. I've seen that
Hmm.
traveling around this world in different cultures and stuff like that. They try and have an understanding, maybe more so with the United States because the United States is always a beacon for people overseas, and as far as that goes, and it's just that when we do have bad people, we gotta say, hey, these are bad people. Just like we had an incident here just the other day where we have a casino racing track here that they had a barn fire, and the fire took out close to 30 horses, and they caught the
Oh
guy,
my
which is
God.
great because this guy is going to go and he's going to be brought to the full extent of the law. And it's one of the biggest things. I live in a primarily rural area here in Tioga County, and this casino has been a godsend for the area. Uh,
Where are you again? I'm so
I'm in
sorry. I
upstate
thought
New
you were in
York.
New York.
I'm in
Yeah.
Tioga
Okay.
County, which is right between Binghamton and Elmira, and it's a rural area. I grew up here. The missus grew up here. I was fortunate to meet her here when I was stationed in upstate New York at Griffiths Air Force Base, and I just love being here. And but this incident right now it's probably one of the major incidents that's happened in the local area that this guy, he's not going to see the light of day, I think, because of
Yeah. Good.
and because the incident that happened and stuff. If I was still a volunteer firefighter, I would have been on the. They had multiple community fire departments there. I would have been on the scene fighting it and stuff like that. But I was listening to. I'm in the retired firefighter mode where I listen to it on the radio scanner now.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's,
But you're glad he's gonna never see the light of
yeah.
day,
Well,
right?
then that's why I have faith in our country and stuff like that. As
Okay,
far
I'm
as
really worried about Tony. What is
yeah, Tony,
happening?
This is my mornings that you don't know about. So you are.
we're
I'm all
we're getting.
Gosh,
Um,
I'm
but
feeling
we're
so
we're coming
bad.
up. I think I don't want
right.
to
Y'all are
hold
fun.
you
So
guys up and stuff like that because
you're
I
holding
No,
me
it
up.
was so great to chat with
yeah
you,
I'm
though.
going to go ahead and
Start my morning.
because we talked a lot and Carmen, I love this conversation as far as this is great as far as the communications as far as going back and forth and stuff. I love that. I love your show. Your show is great. Keep on doing what you're doing there because
Hey, maybe you'll come on sometime if it's not a crazy time for you. Maybe
yeah
you'll
I
join and we could have you
Ted was
on.
going to ask me to come. See, when you're on, it's sort of late night, and I don't like
Yeah,
when I
it's really
talk. I'm
late.
sort of a loud talker. Like right now, if the missus was upstairs, she could hear me because
Yeah, I got you.
because I have a hearing loss, and with years being in the Air Force,
Oh, I forgot about that. You
yeah,
mentioned
the
that.
Oh,
hearing
I
loss.
didn't know
You
that.
talk. Anybody with a hearing loss will talk a little bit louder, and I don't. Sometimes I don't realize it and stuff, and I have to
Well,
consciously.
I'm thinking about having a show actually. I can't do it right now because I'm working
Right.
like 40 hours a week. And then, anyways, but I'm thinking about doing another show with Andrea. We were talking about it and doing something on Saturday morning. So, but I'd love to, we could do something around your schedule. We can record it and then post it, even if we just did the
Yeah.
podcast. I
Yeah.
would love to have, I'll tell you what I'm enjoying right now. I would love to have a full on conversation about politics, our country, and religion with another sane person. I would love to have that conversation.
Yeah.
She said
You
with
know,
another same person. Good point.
I'm being serious. Someone
Yeah.
that we can just have a conversation about where our country is and
Yeah.
what we think maybe where it could be.
Yeah.
Because I think you're that person. You're very positive and
Well, I
you have
try to
joy
be,
in your heart.
but
I love that.
there's certain people that are, I guess I look at because I live here in New York, and I'm more concerned, the things that nationally, when I was in the service, it affected me, okay, because I would have to be deployed here, and Tony knows what I'm talking about.
Right.
But since I've been out, and I see what's going on, and I'm aware of it, I'm concerned, but does it directly impact me? Right now, no, but I need to. Do I like and dislike this person or that? I could say yes or no on certain circumstances, but there's a reason behind that, and I just look. I guess I just look at things in a historical way of when this country was a lot better than it is now. It's sort of like a bell. We have our ups and downs and stuff as this country, and
Yes.
history shows that, and I understand it a lot more, and as far as that goes, and but yeah, I like those kind. To me, it's a discussion, and like I said, when in his own funny way, Michael Bass. Well, we had an argument in the green one, and I had to correct him because I don't want that impression. I
Who's
don't
this?
have arguments anymore. I have
Oh,
discussions.
Bathurst. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and even I take that serious, even though he was joking, and sometimes that's where it sets me off. It's like, no, I don't want people to say that I don't like using that word argue. I don't like using the word hate, unless it's appropriate and
Mm.
it's towards those people that are doing bad things. Even in a general sense, I don't like using that word. So I still have
I
those.
love the word hate. I love it. So see, you
Yeah.
and I are
Karma,
very
behave.
different. Wait. No. Wait.
No,
Can I
go
just
ahead.
say
Go
it
ahead.
this way? I think we use the word love too loosely and then clutch our pearls
Yeah.
to say hate.
Yeah.
And I'm the
That's the
opposite.
pearls.
You're never going to hear me tell you I love you if I do not.
Yeah.
Because
And
love to me
I appreciate
is the
that.
strong
Yeah.
word.
Yeah.
But hate, I don't know why everyone clutches their pearls about it. I'm like, there are people I
Yeah.
absolutely do hate
I
and don't
guess
want to
it.
talk to again.
Yeah. I think for
Or
me,
again.
the word I've seen that word up close and personal,
Hmm.
and when you see that, I
You
don't
know,
use
I'm a black Latina woman, right?
Oh Lord, here we go.
No, because I understand. I know what he's
Carmen,
saying.
but
I'm
if you
just
cut
saying
your
maybe for a
finger and I
level.
cut my finger, we both bleed red. The only difference is the cultures that we were brought up in and stuff like that, and what affects us and stuff like that. So,
Okay, but that's a whole other conversation
yeah,
because as
but
much as I
to
love
me,
that
no,
analogy,
I respect that,
that's not
and
the world
I'm
we live
aware of
in.
that, and fully and stuff
Okay.
like that. So I've watched, and but I just look at what you have to say, and that speaks more
Hmm.
volumes than how we all look, I guess, and stuff like that. Because
Right. On an individual basis, I agree with you.
yeah.
But if we went along with
Oh
the
no!
analogy
In the
just a
greater
little bit
scheme of things,
more,
yeah, it's a whole different ball game.
yeah,
Yes, yes, yes,
your
yes.
your 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 wound would be taken care of much quicker than mine, is what I'm saying, right? Like if we're gonna go on that analogy. So,
Yes, but
but
the
okay,
thing is, I still understand the wound where you're coming from too, because I have firsthand experience on that from a family matter.
right.
Okay.
So, but that's kind of what I'm saying
Yeah,
is I
yeah, yeah.
feel
No, no, I totally, and I'm very respectful on that to where I can understand people's using the hate word and stuff like that and stuff.
yeah.
I'm talking more on the thing as far as right now when because of what we've gone through before I got out of the service. The stuff that's happening now, I would have never because I got out when we kicked Saddam Hussein and Berlin Wall came down a few years before that. I was over
Right.
in Europe when that happened, and that was just such a joyous time. I felt the world was safe, and then we have this
Mm.
crap that unfolded after 9/11, and especially with the stuff that's going on now over in the Middle East, it's just like that really concerned.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the thing is, the hate that's there. I don't think
You're
it's being.
talking about from Hamas,
Yeah,
right?
it's
Just to be
the Hamas. It's like they're on the level of I don't think they speak for the Palestinian people, but I can understand the Palestinian people. They've been their government and stuff like that, but I think there's a separation there that I guess I hear the comment. Just I don't want to the thing. Oh, this has been going on for 200 years. I think when you put into perspective what Hamas did on that day of October 7th, it was like 2,000 individuals. If you were to equate that 2,000 Israelis that were
Mhm.
killed, and I'm just saying that lightly because there's other things that you could put in there to describe what happened that day, that represents about 35 to 40,000 people here in the United States, and that hit me.
Absolutely.
That hit me like I
Yeah.
was like, oh my, because I'm thinking, oh okay, when you hear about that of all these deaths over in other countries and stuff, but that was the first time it really proportional was like, oh my God,
Mhm.
we couldn't,
Mhm.
we you look at 9/11, how much that had an impact on this country and stuff like that. I can't even imagine losing that many people here in the United States. That would be like,
No, 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 no. But you understand when I tell you that I hate Hamas, I have no problem using that word
oh,
because
okay, yeah, well,
Hamas.
we totally
You
agree.
see
That's
what
what,
I'm saying?
yeah,
Like
that's when I refer to
that's what
Hamas.
I'm
So
trying to
you're
say.
separating them
Is
from the Palestinian people then.
oh, I
Oh,
absolutely,
okay,
without a
then
doubt,
okay,
separate.
yeah, that,
I don't think Hamas
and
is
that's where I guess I'm having,
indicative of the Palestinian
yeah,
people.
yeah, it's like
No, no, no.
I,
I am
yeah,
never going to hate
yeah,
uh people. I can absolutely hate organizations. You
yeah,
know, the I mean, not that we need to go down this, but what people don't understand about Hamas is in their charter, their whole purpose
yeah,
is to get rid of Jewish people. So if I don't care who you are, if you're the KKK,
yeah,
it doesn't matter who you are.
yeah,
If your whole goal is to
yeah,
hurt a whole bunch of other
yeah,
people,
and and
I'm gonna hate you.
and
You
with
know
that
what I mean?
with that being said, Carmen, with what you just said, I totally agree. But then you look back, and there's evidence of it. What China is doing in that so-called
Mhm.
genocide category, and nobody bats an eye, because it's like
Well, all of our money and all of our investment. I mean, right. That's the
it,
corruption
it,
thing, right?
bingo, yes.
Come on. Come on.
See, we
That's the
we agree on
corruption part of
things.
it.
We there's
That's what I'm
that's a
saying.
big
That's what I'm
agreement there.
saying.
That's go ahead, Tony.
See? Okay, no, no, no. We're
Oh
gonna have to do this again. I know you were about to sign off, and I should
no,
probably
that's good.
get dressed.
We
And
get sidetracked. This
um,
is called the Bathurst moment where we're gonna get sign off. We go longer, right, Tony?
You're probably stretching the
And I
background
say
right
that
now, man.
respectfully, Michael, if you're watching on the replay, because and he knows what I talk
I didn't
about.
even understand what that meant. What's a Bathurst moment?
Well,
Is that like we're gonna say what
go
we're
ahead,
grateful
explain it,
for?
Tony.
Oh my God! You know how much we started a conversation, we just start drifting off to others. That's what
Oh,
it
oh,
means.
oh.
That's what
Yeah,
it
I
means.
don't know. I thought you meant like we're gonna talk about what we're grateful for, and I was gonna
No,
burst
No, no,
stop it.
no,
because I
That
no,
was
was
no,
so
no,
so
no.
enjoying
bad.
our
That's his. Oh no,
conversation.
I don't do that unless you
That
want
was
to.
so
You're
bad.
more
Oh
than
my
happy to
God!
do it, but I don't do that type. No, Michael, he loves to talk. I'm glad that he's on. As far as being available to, because I've been on his broadcasts and he's he pops up and stuff like that, and I think he's a great broadcaster, such as you and Tony and Ted, and I just enjoy that. I really enjoy that because this whole live stream internet. I just go back to when my grandfather, he used to visit him down in Brooklyn when I was a kid. He'd have this shortwave radio, and he'd be talking to people all over the world. And every time I get on this
Right.
Twitch and stuff, that's how I feel. I can hear my grandfather. My grandfather would just simply flip. Even my father would flip over this type of technology that in some cases is taken for granted. I appreciate it every minute that I'm on here and stuff like that, and I love having fun with it. So, but
Okay, I have a question that's more of a technicality thing. Tony, what is that owl or that
Oh.
thing that's in Fireman Rich's screen?
That is all FiremanRich's
my
instruments,
set my
old days on
setup
Blab.
my setup, Carmen, sorry.
Oh,
My setup here is this individual is the Blab Owl, and
oh,
Lab is a platform that was
Blab
out
was a
before Hapson.
platform before Haps, and
oh.
it
So this is you, not a
this
Twitch
is
thing.
no, this is just me. I'm
Yes.
using OBS, so OBS I'm able to put things up such as
Right.
this. Now the cat, that's a real cat. That's Jack.
Right, right.
And then this the name tag up above you can see that says
Is that from Haps?
that's from Haps. So I see that's
Right.
where the legacy where I go back. I was on Haps, and then prior to Haps was Blab. I was on Periscope, was
I
in between Blab and Periscope was okay. I was more of a viewer than a broadcaster. I did get on there and broadcast occasionally, but I wasn't heavy into the broadcast. But Blab was like Haps on steroids. It was great, but they did the same. They went down the same way Haps went down. They were basically beta, and then. But actually, the developers of Blab, they're the ones. A lot of the people out of Blab ended up creating Discord.
Oh, I understand now. You know what? I just realized that Tony's picture was up. So my camera's been on, but because it's closed,
Yeah.
all you saw was a black screen. I didn't
we
realize
saw
you
the
had
black
to
screen.
do the
Okay.
camera.
There's your picture. Okay. Yeah.
Because my
Okay.
camera was on. It's just
Okay.
closed. Does that
Okay.
make sense? I have
Yeah,
it
yeah.
closed.
Okay.
Let me
See,
see.
yeah,
Please
you're up on the
no, she
broadcast
doesn't want
now.
me to
So,
die first.
so we're gonna go ahead and we're up. We're at the 2 hour mark now. So, Carmen, go
Okay,
ahead
thank
and
you so
give us
much.
a plug for where you're at, please, for the
Oh, you're
people
so
watching on the
kind.
replay.
You can visit us at allaboutthejoy.com or carmenlisette.com, and you can find me anywhere.
Okay. And
Tony, you see how easy that is?
I am so proud of you. I am
And-
so proud of you.
and Tony, where can we find you?
Yes. All over the place. Tomorrow morning, Bill Kings Fantasy Football League,
Yes.
10:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I'll be on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and LinkedIn.
Okay.
I did do a broadcast yesterday for Veterans Day. It may not appeal to everybody, but I did try to do a little salute for everybody from all branches:
Yep.
Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, and Space Force.
Space Force.
Yeah, I said Space Force. I gotta give them their credit. I might
Okay.
No,
give them
that
the-
name is still weird.
Yeah.
But
It
cool.
is very weird because it's very new.
Tony
So you'll
and
lay my
Carmen,
thing.
I want you to hold tight because once I end the broadcast, we'll be in the green room for a couple minutes and stuff like that.
Okay.
But this is
problem.
Rich
Dead
Roberts.
America.
Rich
It is
Ro-
good to see Dead America because you do emphasize him a lot, Rich. I do want to throw that in there. I
Okay,
apologize.
thank you,
Good
Tony.
as well, Mark. You all will see me around. Appreciate it. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, Rich Roberts, Fireman
All right,
Rich here with two outstanding guests, Carmen coming in from California and Tony D coming in from Georgia. And there's Rick. Rick, we're just ending, my
Hey,
friend.
Rick.
We have to catch the replay. If I had Rick up here, man, that'd be really... But this is Rich Roberts, Fireman Rich, wishing you all well as we end the broadcast here. We've been on for 2 hours. We had some great conversation. I really appreciate you being up here, Carmen, as well as Tony, two good broadcasting friends. And I hope you all have a great weekend. You can follow me over there on Truth Social, Instagram Threads, and X/Twitter at Fireman Rich. I'm also over there on Facebook. My public Facebook is The Real Fireman Rich because somebody took Fireman Rich. So that's where you can. I post on one. I post on them all the same. So, but I'm Fireman Rich right here on Twitch, and I wish you all well. Live life, have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care, folks.
Live long and prosper.